Hey everybody, how are you? Welcome to the channel. It's your buddy Uncle Bruce here, Stock Markets with Bruce, where we try to explain to you what's happening in the markets in plain English. That's what I try and do. I try to figure out ways to help you make money in the markets. Easier said than done sometimes, but boy, if you're an option writer, you have a field day now. It's going to be beautiful. Do not fear upside. Do not worry about the markets just going up and up and up and up and up. That's not going to happen. I don't think so. I would like to think the markets are going to go up and up and up and up and up. But you kind of need a couple of things in place for the markets to keep going higher. You kind of need to know what the interest rate policy of the Fed is going to be and how severe rates are going to move up or stay, or how long they're going to stay where they stay. You kind of want to know what inflation is doing now and going to do in the next 3-6 months. We don't know that. We would like a good unemployment rate. We've got that, so that's all right. We kind of want to know, if there are any world conflicts, whether they're simmering down or not. We don't know about that. We'd kind of like to know who our friends are, in time of need, who's there and who isn't. Russia's figuring out who their friends are, and we're figuring out who Russia's friends are during the conflict. And lo and behold, China is one of their best friends. The world and China do a lot of business together. And now the world has to ask itself, do you really want to do business with a friend of a friend that is committing human atrocities like you haven't seen since the end of the Second World War? You really got to ask yourself that question. That's one of those personal, faith-based decisions we all have to make. But, at the moment, not one country on this planet, other than the Ukraine, has had the guts to stand up to the Chinese. Only the Ukrainians. No, wait a minute. I take that back. The Ukrainians have had the guts to stand up to Russia, blah, blah. No, it's the Lithuanians. I'm confusing. Only Lithuania, the only country in the world with the guts to stand up to the Chinese and say, screw you bastards. And the Chinese are making them pay through backstabbing deals through other nations as much as they can. And Lithuanians are going, we don't give a crap what you're going to do. You guys are scum. And we're standing up to you bastards. No one else is doing it. America sure as hell not doing it. Complete crickets out of Washington when it comes to the Chinese situation. Complete sound of crickets. Canada, yeah, we talk the talk, but we don't do all that much. We keep sending Chinese all the wheat they want. We send them all the barley and all the oats and the soybeans and the lumber and whatever they want to buy from us. We just send it to them. And then we condemn them. Oh, yeah, you bastards. Hey, enjoy our wheat. Thank you for the money. We are so two-faced in the Western world. It is pathetic. And get used to it, because it's been this way forever and it's going to continue, because it's not personal, it's business. And there are human rights and then there's business, and business trumps everything. If I'm bursting your bubble about how great we all are and how Christian we all are and how religious we all are and how wonderful we all are, and business first, everything else is second. And in Ukraine, the Russians know it. They're still selling oil to the Europeans, they're selling natural gas to the Europeans, and they're buying it, and they're paying whatever currency Russia wants. And so Russia just keeps on employing its people to manufacture bullets, manufacture cannons, manufacture tanks, and send paid soldiers into Ukraine to create havoc. And the Chinese are more than happy to assist in any way they can, their Russian friends, because they need wheat, they need barley, they need soybeans, they need meat, they need pigs, they need whatever. And when you have 1.3 billion people out there that you got to feed, you got to find a way to keep feeding them. Now, one way to feed the Chinese people is to do trade. You see, that's a good way to do it. But another way to do it is, well, if you don't want to buy our spatulas and our cheap microwaves and our cheap televisions, well, then we'll make laser guided systems instead, because we've stolen all the plans on how to make this stuff from the Americans, the Germans, the Brits, the Canadians, the French. We've got spies everywhere in the world. We have paid informants everywhere. We've already got all the blueprints, and we know all the patents that you guys have had. We break patent law here in China, because who's going to convict a Chinese national from a courthouse in Washington, D.C.? Nobody. So it's all good here. And then again, of the 1.3 billion that are here, 10 million are really having a good time, and the rest are, trying to get ahead. And as long as the 10 million at the top, it's good for them. Screw the rest of them, and welcome to the world. Having a good time yet? There you go. Now we're here to make money. It's not personal. We're here to make money. And how do you make money in a market like this, in a world like this? Well, you pick your spots, and you figure out where you can make your bucks, and you go ahead and do it. And whatever your morals are, you put them aside and go, all right, I need to make some money. I got bills to pay because my banker doesn't care what I believe in. My loans officer doesn't care what I believe in. The federal government of my country wants me to pay my taxes. They don't care what I believe in. They want their money. The city wants its money for taxes, the state, the county, the province. I got to cough up cash. And oh, my kids are hungry 3 times a day now. My kids eat food 3 times a day at a minimum. They're addicted to this stuff. I can't believe it. I, as an adult, have found a way not to eat at all, and I'm completely off of food because I broke that habit. Both those kids of mine and my wife, oh, they just won't stop eating. It's unbelievable. Well, I snack once in a while, make sure the food's okay. But, we got to make money, kids. And the good news is there's a way to make money in this world, and it's just kind of the money that's being handed to you hand over fist if you want to take it, and it's called the options market. As small retail investors that you are, because that's who I'm talking to, I am not here to talk to billionaires and quadrillionaires. Those people don't need an old man with this face to tell them how to make money. They have advisors who watch me, and then they tell them what to do. No, you have to find it out from me directly. And if I can help you in any way make money, I'm a happy guy. Now, if I could tell you to buy this stock and this stock and this stock and this stock at a precise time of the day, the week, the month, the year, and within days and weeks and months, you've made a ton of money, I would tell you to do that. If I knew when shares are about to take off and go to the stratosphere, I'd be here telling you when to buy these stocks. That service I can't provide you. I'm just not of that ilk. I don't have the crystal ball that tells me that you should be buying this stock right now and you're guaranteed to make money. But what I can tell you is I can direct you to certain areas of this stock market of ours where I can say, you know what? I can show you an investment you can make. Or if you want to use the word wager, I can sell you, here's a wager for you you can make with your money that has a 90% chance of you making money because it has so many safety valves of protection built in. You could do really well with this trade. And that's where option writing is coming to the fore on this channel. You can write options against most stocks out there. And you get the advantage of time over the wagerer. You've got time over their heads. You set the rules as to what the strike price is going to be on the contract. You set the price because you decide what to sell the contract for, or you don't sell it. And you can end the game anytime you want to end the game. That's the other beauty part of the option writing business. You can get out of an option whenever you want out. Now, sometimes it's not out at your convenience. Sometimes it's only out at the convenience of the option player. But there are other times where you're ahead on it. You're happy with this return, score it, take it in. You're not happy with this return, wait for more. You might be right and get more. You might be wrong and get just as much as you're being offered now. And you might be really wrong and get less because the stock has gone the other direction. Anything is possible, sure. But at the end of the day, in order for you to be wrong, writing a call option with, say, 2 or 3 weeks to go, in order for you to be wrong, you had to have picked the wrong timing for the contract as far as how long the contract had to live. You had to be wrong in setting the wrong strike price on the contract. You had to be wrong in offering it at way too low a price when you could have gotten a higher price for it. You had to be wrong again and again and again and again. And yet, the clock, as the contract expires with time, will still salvage your money and make you money Because at the end of the day, the option only has so many days left to live when it expires, whether it's a 1 week contract, a 1 month, a 6 month, a 2 year contract. They do expire eventually. And at the end of it all, there's either a value to the contract or there isn't. And the isn't part is the good part, because most contracts that trade out there actively are out of the money contracts. These stock options have no actual value to them other than the time that's left on them. That's all the value they've got. And some of you out here who are talking to me and following me are scoring some option premiums that are head turning as far as I'm concerned. Some of you are writing options on GameStop out of the money contracts that have less than 2 weeks to live, and you're bringing in $1,500 a contract on 100 lousy shares. You're bringing in $1,500, $1,800, $2,000 in monies, in premiums for a contract that is worthless, actually worthless. And the neat part of it all is that some of these are expiring day after tomorrow, or tomorrow actually, because this is Thursday, and or next week Thursday, because next Friday, when options normally expire, we're closed. It's Easter Friday next Friday. All options are expiring today or next week. So you can write a contract for next week Thursday that dies in 7 days and only has today to trade, tomorrow to trade, and 4 days next week. A 6-day trading range for a contract that dies next week. Easy money being handed to you here with premiums that are just out of this world. You want to write a contract for the Friday after that, knock yourself out. There are even more option premiums available to you. This morning, I want to talk to you about something else. I want to talk to you about Sofi this morning. Sofi has been the talk of the market somewhat this morning. Probably a good thing. It's a stock that is relatively well known now in the marketplace, but not on the tip of the tongue of every single investor. It's not that well known, but it's pretty well known. It's a former SPAC that is now a bank stock, chartered. They got their bank charter and so on. They got downgraded this morning by a couple of analysts, and they came out last night. Sofi themselves came out last night with a revision for their revenues because the Biden administration, as expected, extended the moratorium on student loan repayments. Now, the official time frame for not having to make a student loan payment has been extended to the end of August. I can assure you, any of you out there who have student loans, you're not going to be making student loan payments starting the 1st of September. I can assure you that is unlikely to happen. And the reason I'm so confident is because 6-8 weeks after that date, it's the midterm elections. And there is no way that the Biden administration is going to make students start to repay student loans just before the midterm elections. So I can see at the end of August, somewhere in the middle of August, the Biden administration will extend the moratorium to the end of the year, and they'll leave it at that so that the midterms will have come and gone, and that'll be out of the way. That's my hunch. Now, the next thing I'm waiting for, the other shoe to drop with regard to student loans and all that, is a proposal by the Biden administration to either write off all the loans that the students have and forgive them all, or a significant portion thereof. And there might be a formula brought out that the Biden administration is going to try to pass if they can. I don't know, with some kind of a debt forgiveness schedule of some kind, with a upfront, here's how much right now is gone. The first 30,000 is off the books. And after that, it's 10,000 a year for the next 5 years or something. I don't know. I'm thinking that might happen. It could be we're forgiving all student loans, period. But we're also going to tie that into a forgiveness or a federal credit of some kind for any student going to colleges, community colleges across the United States, where you won't get into debt. In other words, there's some kind of re-education program being put together on a grand scale. But I think the problem with that it has to pass both houses. And if the midterms go the way they're going to go, and the Republicans get control of the House of Congress and they get control of the Senate, you can say goodbye to all of this legislation and forget about it. The only way now to keep not paying loans is if the president, through executive order, delays and delays and delays. I don't know if he's allowed to write off the debt himself. Not sure if he can do that. So at the moment, no payments until the end of August, eventually no payments till the end of the year. Now, in the meantime, back to Sofi. Sofi is an entity that has student loans. Many financial entities have student loans. It's not like a Sofi problem and nobody else's problem. Sofi's been carrying this problem with it since last year, since 2020. This has been going for 2 years. It's going to go until the end of this year at a minimum. Now, the good news for Sofi is if the United States government somehow miraculously writes off all student loans, Sofi would be handed one big fat payment from the United States government for all the loans it has outstanding. It's not like Sofi has to write off the loans and they lose all their money. That's not the deal. Sofi wins eventually. Sofi either wins on payments when they get their payments going again, or they get bought out by the feds. One way or the other, this is how it's going to go. And so Sofi has to just wait this out. The company was wise last night to say to the world, hey, look, since we're not getting payments and we don't think we're getting payments till the end of the year, we're telling you now, Sofi is saying it, we don't think we're getting payments till the end of the year. So we're writing off all kinds of estimated revenues from student loans because we don't think there'll be any resolution to this thing until next year. And so we're just writing off 2022 student loan repayments, just to be safe on this. No more surprises. We're going to factor in that loss of capital into our projected revenues. So you now know what we think we're doing for 2022. All right. No one was surprised. Every analyst that covers this stock says, yeah, of course. Of course, that's what's going to happen. Sofi wasn't going to get a dime all this year from any student loans. We all knew that. We wrote this stuff off a year ago when the stock was 17 and went to 14. That was a long time ago. So last night in the aftermarket, when the shares closed at 875 last evening, and all this week the shares have been slumping in anticipation of the announcement from the White House. The shares went down last night to $8.15 a share from $8.75. And people went, oh my God, oh gee, Sofi is dropping because of the student loans. When you get this old, if you make it to 66, I'm not like that old, but I'm not a kid anymore. You get to this age, you're just going to go, how stupid are these people? You're going to get a really short fuse with your impatience. And you're not going to like incompetence very much because you haven't got much time to waste anymore. It just drives me insane how stupid people are out there and analysts are out there to try to sensationalize a story that we've been talking about for months. This is not new. This morning, Sofi has been trading between $8.15 and $8.60 a share, $8.50 a share already. A few minutes ago, it was at $8.55. We're down 20 cents from last night's close. This is a nothing burger, okay? And those of you who are sitting on Sofi shares and you have an idea that you might want to average down some more, you couldn't have picked a better day to do this. Whether you do it right now in the pre-market, put in some stink bids, or put in some stink bids on the open market. Like put in an order before the market opens up in the next 40-something minutes. Put an order in to buy stock at $8.11 or $8.16 or $8.21 or $8.06 or $8.01, these odd numbers. Put in buy orders all the way down there in case there's anyone gullible enough and dumb enough to go out and sell their stock first thing this morning on the opening. I pity any investor out there that is going to be selling their Sofi in the first hour of this morning's market. I really am sorry for these people because they are completely misinformed. They're completely hyped up into this idea of the world is ending, and they're going to get screwed because later today and tomorrow and next week, they're going to say, You're going to ask this question. Why did I sell my SoFi at $8.11? It's trading at $9.50. Why did I do this? Because yet again, the misinformed and the vulnerable who don't have a stockbroker, they don't have a financial advisor, what I used to be way back in the 80s and the 90s, we are extinct. We have been kicked out of the business because the big banks in Canada in particular bought up all the independent brokerage firms, bought them all up, and ran out of town the rest of them that couldn't compete capitalization wise. We as brokers just faded into the limelight and went elsewhere because we couldn't make a living anymore being individual advisors. And unfortunately, my clients were hoodwinked by the big banks to, why don't you open an account with us? We will give you all of your services under one roof. Now you have your car loan, your insurance payments, your mortgage payments, your investments, all with us. And it's all conveniently available to you 7 days a week with your little plastic ATM card. You can make transfers and do anything you want. Just drive your car to a local ATM machine and you can take care of all your investments. Then the shtick changed to, oh, at home with your desktop, you're just a click away from managing your entire portfolio with us, the bank. You don't need Bruce the broker anymore. You have us. You can always call us and our financial advisors to place a trade. And eventually, you didn't have to call them anymore to place a trade. You could place a trade through their automated system. And now you can place a trade while you're doing a number one or a number two on the toilet with this. You're now completely independent. You don't need Bruce the broker anymore to make your decisions. You can make them yourself. And this morning, there are people out there on SoFi who've heard the horror stories of, oh, SoFi could go out of business because their student loan thing is suspended again. And they're buying it. They're believing it. And they're putting in their sell order, and they're going to get hammered. Good news, they're going to get a wonderful tax write-off. Huge. Oh, great capital loss coming their way when they sell this morning. And there will be smart buyers who are out there going, I'll take this off you. Oh, yeah, I'll buy this. No problem. I'm Warren Buffett. I'm Warren Buffett in miniature. I'm going to buy this stuff that you don't want. And thank you very much. Thank you, sir. May I have another? I'm going to buy all I can and put it away. And we'll be just fine. And that's what's going to happen. Now, some of you savvy people out there, because I have viewers that are savvy. Some people say that my viewers are simpletons. Others say they're intellectuals. I say that they're simpletons, intellectuals, and savvy investors on this channel watching this old man every day. And some of you guys have even mentioned it to me and said, well, Bruce, why don't I buy this SoFi at $8.10 and $8.20, $8.30, $8.50? You know, they're going to give it away down here. I should buy this crap. I'll buy this crap like you can't believe. I'll buy it. But why shouldn't I now turn right around and write a call option against SoFi at $10 a share to January 2023? Why shouldn't I do that? Give me a good reason. Why not? Because my thinking here, again, the savvy investor is saying, you know, Bruce, look, the stock's at $8.30, $8.40 a share, okay? I know I can write a January call option that will bring me a $10 call option. I bet you I can bring in $1.75 this morning on a $10 call option. I feel it. I could wait a day or two. If the stock wants to go back to 850 to 9 to 950. I'll bet you I can get $2. I can probably get $2 a share, $2 per contract, $200 for a contract. I buy 100 shares for $840. I buy 100 shares for $840. I can turn around in a day or two and bring in $200 against that purchase. And I'm offering my stock for sale for $10 a share until January 2023. That's 8 months from now. That's all it is. It's 8 months. But think about this. I get the $2 now up front in cash, no matter what. And on top of that, if the shares do go higher, they're going to buy the stock off me for $10 a share because that's the contract, the $10 contract. I now sell the $840 stock for $10. I make $160 for every 100 shares there. So I got $200 upfront cash if I wait for a $2 premium. And I got $160 cash on the profit on the deal by selling out at 10. And I'm walking away with how much money? $360 profit on an $840 investment. What in this world is wrong with that kind of a payoff for 8 months of my time? Where am I losing on this deal? The only way I can lose on this deal, and I mean really lose, is the shares that got to go down to $5. If they go down to $5 by next January, and I paid $8.40 for them, I lost $3.40 on my investment if I sell them. And number two, that $200 they gave me for the contract, I get to keep that money. All right. So that goes against the losses. Okay. Because the contract will be worthless because the stock's at $5 and this is a $10 contract. So I get $200 now. And so my cost is actually $640. Then I lose $140. So the worst case scenario, I mean, a disaster, is Sofi is $5 a share next January, and I'm down $140 for every 100 shares I buy. Now, let me think about this. I got $8,400 to my name. I'm worth everything I got as $8,400. I buy 1,000 shares for $840, $8,400. I get 2,000 cash right now. I can do whatever I want with that money. And the stock goes down to $5 a share by next January, and I'm out $1,400. Do I declare bankruptcy because I lost $1,400 as a paper loss? I haven't sold the shares. I still got them, but I'm now down to $5,000 in value of stock, and I paid $6,400 net for it because I bought them for $8,400, got $2,000, and it cost me $6,400. It's now worth $5,000. Can't I, however, write a $750 call option against the $5 stock then for 2024, January 2024, another year? Wouldn't I get $2 a share for those contracts? The answer is yes, you probably will. And now all of a sudden your cost average went from $640 to $440. And if the stock goes down to $4 a year later, it's still a disaster. I'm only out 40 cents on my entire $8,400 investment. I've lost $400 in 2 years because nothing has gone right. Everything's gone wrong. Wait a minute. The stock's at $4, you say? Can I not write a $5 contract for 2025? Why, yes, you can. Will I get about $2 a share for them? Probably. You mean, yes, I mean, your average now is $3.40. Yes, that's what I mean. Now, let's go back all the way to now. If you buy shares today at $8.40 and you write a call option against it for $1.75 to $2 a piece, depending on what price you're going to pull in, you know and I know you can take that money and do whatever you want with it. Well, some of you savvy people out there are saying, Bruce, look, man, I got 1,000 Sofi. I got 5,000 Sofi. I got 8,000 Sofi. I got 10,000 Sofi. Why don't I write contracts good for January at $10 each and take that money, $2 a share or so, and buy more stock with it at $8.40 a share? Why don't I load up down here? And for every 100 shares I buy, I write another contract good for January 2023. Why don't I do that and take that money and do what I want with it, which again could be even more stock? So if you have 10,000 shares and you write 100 contracts and you bring in $2,000 and you turn around and buy $2,000 worth of $8.40 stock, you're buying 250 more shares, throw a couple extra bucks in it, you got 300 more shares, write 3 more contracts, bring in another $600. Thank you very much. You've just gone from 10,000 shares to 12, 13,000 shares. Like you've just built up your account dramatically. All right. Now I might have misquoted my numbers here, but you got 1,000 shares, you'll bring in $2,000. You get 10,000 shares, you bring in $20,000, and so on and so forth. So yeah, so you'll take 1,000 and go to 1,300, take 10,000, go to 13,000 shares, buying up this cheap paper that people are giving away and saying, thank you, may I have another? Thank you very much. I'm prepared to lock myself in at a $10 option price until January 2023 with this deal. This deal is so juicy, I'll take it. Now, some of you out there going, Bruce, this sounds great. I love you, man, but God, man, I'm into this stuff. $14. I'm into this for $18 a share. I'm going to get my butt handed to me. Well, isn't that happening already? You're already having your butt handed to you. You're at $8.40 a share. What do you mean you're going to have your butt? It's $8.40 a share. So if you're going to write a $10 contract and get $2 for it, you're getting $12 for your $18 stock. If you get bought out, assigned. But I've told you before, if you're an option writer, you can change the rules anytime you want. You can change the game anytime you want. If the shares want to go back to $11 in the next 2 months, your $10 contracts are $1 in the money. Yeah, you could get assigned. On the other hand, you could also roll over your contracts and you could buy back your $10 calls and write $12.50 calls instead, or $15 calls, or 13s or 14s. They're probably going to be trading at every 50-cent increment. You might turn around and buy back your January calls and write next year calls for April 2023 or January 2024. So you go up to a $15 strike price, writing for January 2024, bringing in $2.50, $3. Remember, the stock's 11 now. Buy back your old ones. You'll probably break even on them. You might even get them for a little less, but you say you break even on those. And you sell new contracts for $1 more than you sold the first batch for. You just brought in another $1 a share. And now you're offering your stock for $15, plus all the premiums you've received. This $18 problem is not a problem anymore, especially if you use the money when you wrote those first contracts. You use that money to buy this stuff at $8.40 to bring your 18 average down to 15. How about that idea? So can be done. Can be done. It's a question of whether you want to step up and do that trade or not. You can wait. You can certainly do absolutely nothing right now. See if the stock wants to level off here between 8.5, and in the next week or two, it comes back to this 9.50 range, starts to push $10 around again, start to beat it up. You might write $12.50, $15 contracts for next year, December, not writing 10s. You're going to write 12.50s or 15s. You're going to say to the stock, come all the way up here. Make me nervous and run up to $15 a share and try to assign me up there, because I want $2 a share now in cash, and I'm going to buy all this stock up at $9.50, $10, and I dare you to take me out of 15. You might want to play that option game. Again, it's all up to you. There's many way to do it. As an option writer, you call the shot. Don't let the market tell you how to do it. You're telling the market how you're going to do it. And that's it. GameStop right now is under a little bit of pressure, I noticed. Not a ton. It's 150. It's 156.03. It was 155 a little bit ago here. It hasn't done much this morning. 18,000 shares of volume. Well, we're not going anywhere. This is wishful thinking that people think it's going to go higher on no volume. I don't know where you're going to get that from. We'll see. We need the market to sort of settle down and tell us what it's going to do. On our other stock that we like to follow here, I'm noticing, for instance, that Rocket Lab is up 3 cents to 8.10. Let's see. Hang on a second. Let me refresh my thing. I want to refresh this because it sometimes freezes up. Yeah, we're up 3 cents to 8.10. We're at 8.36 on Sofi. GameStop 155.53. We're down $1.10. AMC up 30 cents. That's a dead cat bounce to 20.69. Matterport up a penny, 7.63. 23andMe up 4 cents to 3.62. Spire up 2 cents to 2.06. Got ATIP down from last night, was down, or is it down right now? It's right now down 14 cents to 168 ATIP. Smart Rent, no change. Sixtera this morning hit an all-time record high. Our friends at Sixtera this morning, CYXT, were trading last night and this morning over $13.50 a share. We were like $13.55, $13.60. That's an all-time record high for Sixtera. At this second in time, I'm showing $12.85 last trade, up 36 cents on the day, and we're within 70 cents of the all-time high. So we have traded between $12.85 and $13.60 this morning, and the volume, 42,000 shares, no volume whatsoever. So I have no news for you. I got nothing Nothing. Apple, we're down 75 cents again to 171.08. We're going lower. Goldman is down 6 cents to 316. That is the bargain. It was down 770 yesterday to create this new bargain price. Cisco down 16 cents, 54.21. Tesla up 4.26 a share. Not much going on there. ARK Investments down 40 cents to $63. It's backed off from the low 70s to here now in the last few days. Microsoft down $2 more to 297.18. We were $315 3 days ago. Bed Bath Beyond, 21.71, up 6 cents. And Pfizer down a nickel to 52.82. They've made an acquisition this morning of a small drug company. And that kind of moved the market up. And now it's kind of moving the market sideways. And we'll see how the markets do overall. The Dow is down 93 points now with 25 minutes to go before we open up. We're off. We're down now 99. There's a headline breaking. U.S. jobless claims dropped to a 54-year low. 166,000 jobless claims have been registered. That is one of the all-time low numbers in modern history. And the Dow is negative. And why would the Dow go down when you have such good news? Why? People ask me all the time, why does the market go down when there's good news? Because if the jobless claim number is as low as they say it is, that means employment is higher, which means the economy is doing fine. The problem is the economy is not doing just fine, it's overheating. That's why we have inflation. Companies believe that if they raise their prices, they can get paid those prices. They will keep doing that until customers cut back on the orders. But right now, customers aren't cutting back. People want a new fridge. They want a new car. They want a new dishwasher. They want a new couch. They want whatever they want. And more wanters than non-wanters is what's going on. So in plain English, the economy is still hot. And with low jobless claims, what does that mean? It means fewer people going on unemployment. It means more people are bringing in an income. If they're bringing in an income, what do people usually do when they have jobs? They start to live a lifestyle that is of a higher level than if they're living in their parents' houses on unemployment. If they don't live in the basement of mom's house, they get their own place. And so people with jobs find their own place to live at, get away from mom and dad and those house rules. They buy beer, they go to the movies, they go out on dates, they do whatever they're going to do. If they find really good, juicy paying jobs, they go shopping for a holiday, they go buying a car, they live the American dream. And this is putting pressure on prices. And that means interest rates will keep going higher rather than leveling off. And that's what the Federal Reserve is telling us. They're saying this economy is overheating and we've got to keep it calm because we don't want to have 12 to 15% inflation rates. We want inflation back to 3-4%. This 166,000 jobless claim figure, 54-year low, this is bad news for interest rates. Rates are going higher. Of course, you can use the argument, well, wait a minute, man. If everyone's getting a job and interest rates go up a couple of points, so what? We can all cover that. It's true. It's quite true that you get a raise to not quit your job, or you quit your job and get another job that pays you way more money, you're ahead. Do you care that it costs you $100 a month more to live now that you're getting $500 a month or more net money in your pocket? Probably not so much. You're going, well, I'm still ahead $400. It's good for me. Why do I give a crap about anybody else? I'm self-centered. It's all about me anyway. Fair enough. But the Fed will not allow the rates, the inflation rates to get way out of whack. And they're stepping up right now and they're dropping the hint. Every week they're dropping the hint. We're going to raise rates. We're going to do a quantitative tightening. We're not going to do quantitative easing. We're going to dump our bonds. And the public is going, so what? What do I give a crap what you're going to do? I've just been going through 2+ years of crap with this bloody COVID virus. And you guys at the Fed are trying to scare me off from buying a new car. I haven't had a new car in 5 years, man. What do I need? What am I going to listen to you for? I'm going to buy that F-150 and burn gas all I want because I have the money. There's that attitude. And then there are the others who are going, I'll be environmentally responsible. I'm going to get a Tesla. I'm going to get me a Tesla and just plug it in. I've got the 80 grand, or I got the line of credit for 80,000. I got a banker here locally who's saying to me, Bruce, you want a Tesla? Just walk in here with 15 grand cash and I'll lend you the rest. No problem. We'll give you a 5-year loan. We'll give you an 8-year loan. No problem at all. You walk into a Chrysler dealer, you walk into a Ford dealer, you walk into a GM dealer, you want to buy a vehicle? They're happy to sell you one. A lot of dealers are saying, hey, not only will I get you a vehicle, hopefully we have one on the lot you like, or we'll order one in and hopefully the next week or 2 or 3 or so it'll arrive. We'll give you a 0.99% financing with nothing down. How about no payments for 90 days? Take these cars off our lots at full retail and we'll give you a great little deal. And your brain is going, I could go to my own banker and get a loan for 5%, 6% for 5 or 6 years. But you know what? The interest I would pay the banker would add up to so many thousands of dollars on the $60,000 vehicle I want. Or I could just pay the extra $7,000 on the price of the car at the dealership level and take the zero financing option. It's the same price to me. It's the same amount of money. American consumers have figured out that they're getting ripped off one way or the other when they buy a car. You either get ripped off by your car dealer, where you're jacked up on the price with all the extras that they're throwing in. They take the car off the truck from the factory and they automatically add features to the car. And then they put it on the lot and say, here's your car. Here's a car for sale. Would you like this car? It's not the base car. And it's not the car that came out of the factory. The car has had add-ons put onto it. And you have to buy it or you can't get that car because they can't take those add-ons off. They put them on and they're on for good. So now you're paying couple of $1,000 more for enhancements that the dealer has made. There's the so-called paperwork surcharge bullshit that they add on. And then they have the, we got zero financing or we got, super dealer financing, but it's at this price. This is the price of the car and we'll give you private financing at this price. So the American knows and the Canadian knows and others know we're getting screwed by the local dealer for full retail to get the factory financing. And if we go to our banker and we come to the dealer and talk a cash deal, they don't want to talk to us. They don't want cash deals. They want you to buy the car from them on the factory financing offer because that way the dealership gets the full retail price of the car plus their add-ons, which is all 90% margin, all these add-ons. And that's how they pay themselves big fat bonuses. And that's the American way. And so you pay for a new car, you pay through the nose. If you want to save big, you buy a 1-year-old, 2-year-old car. The chance you're taking, of course, is that the first owner treated the car like a bag of garbage and it's all worn out under the hood and you don't know what to look for. The hope you have is that the car was babied and the individuals decided to make a change in their life or they got laid off, which not a lot of people are getting these days, but they got to get rid of that payment or they got to get rid of that car. And maybe you can get that car used without all the $5,000 and $10,000 and $15,000 of add-ons and markups that the first guy took the hit on. Maybe not, because used car prices are higher than they've ever been. So nonetheless, that's what's going on. Welcome to the car business. Welcome to the markets. Welcome to the show. We have got 16 minutes to go before we start trading. We're down 103 on the Dow, it looks like. We're down 9 on S&P. We're down 39 on NASDAQ. We're jumping around all over the place. Tom Nickus, thank you, Tom, for a PayPal donation. I just saw it come through here. Appreciate that, my friend. Very kind of you to make a donation to me. We're at 155.50 on GameStop right now, down $1.14 on 19,000 shares of volume. We're not going anywhere quick, kids. It's quite the dilemma here. We're going to watch to see how it does. Is it possible that GameStop will drop to 140 today? It's possible. Could it go to 170 today? More unlikely than likely, but you never count the stock out. But there's no news that I know of, and I don't see any. what I am noticing on these markets is the Dow is off 120 now, the S&P down 12, Nasdaq down 40. We're getting worse. The markets are dropping more as we get closer to the opening. And so the vibe that I was getting this morning an hour ago seems to be coming true, that the realities of the economy and the future of the economy might be slowly sinking in to certain key players out there. And we're not going to hit record highs on the stock market this week or next week. We're probably going to go lower. So option writer paradise. We're up $1.20 on crude. We were up over $2 a barrel. Now we're only up $1.20 a barrel. We're at 97.45. Went from 98 to 97. We might be down into the mid 90s, low 90s by next week. We drop another $5 and we're at 92.55 a barrel. We were at 120 3 weeks ago, and we were going to go to 150. And in Europe, they were going to go to 180 to 200. That was what's supposed to happen, because the Russians were going to take over Ukraine and they were going to just cut the flow of oil back to Europe. And you play ball with us, and you sign peace accords with us. You sign non-aggression treaty pacts with us, and we might let Ukrainians live. Well, no, that's not happening. So, okay, we're going to kill the Ukrainians, because that's what we're going to do anyway. We're just going to slaughter whatever Ukrainians we can find. We're going to take over their towns. Whoever doesn't want to be liberated, we'll blow them to kingdom come. And we'll never talk about a peace treaty, because you can't trust us anyway. We all know that. And so the West has said to the Russians, screw you guys. We're not going to play ball with you anymore. Now, it's when Western Europe gets a spine and steps up to Putin and says, we're cutting off your oil supplies and your natural gas supplies. We'll find other alternative ways to get by here. You're out, and that's the end of that. And we're going to turn you into a third world country. I don't see that happening, because the Chinese are going to fund the Russians through the back door, because the Russians are convinced we will not cut them off, because we are too addicted to cheap Chinese goods. And so the Russians are counting on us to keep buying $79.99 microwaves made in China. And they keep counting on us to buy Hoover vacuum cleaners made in China with a Hoover name on it. That is a US brand name. They're going to keep counting on us to buy all the tools to rebuild our houses, all the saws and hammers and the nails and the screws and the bolts, all made in China. They're going to count on that through Home Depot and through Lowe's, and they're going to count on us to go to Target, Walmart, Costco, and all the other retailers out there to keep buying cheap Chinese goods, so that the war effort in Ukraine will continue unabated. The Chinese will be able to fund the Russians for whatever trillions of dollars they need, because we, the saps, have the trillions of dollars that we want to keep spending on cheap Chinese goods. Welcome to the world of 2022. Here we are, and there it is. It's lovely to have you here. Sorry I'm ranting, but it's what I do. I'm that guy. I'm the guy without any hair who's old and complains all the time. The grumpy old man. We're down 153 on GameStop, 155.96. I'm sorry that I seem so happy that GameStop is down. I'm not against GameStop shares. I'm just trying to be realistic about what's going on with the markets here. I really don't know what the upside is at the moment for GameStop. I fear the downside is another $20, $25. It's not happening at the moment, which is fine by me. No one's getting wiped out. I'm a happy guy. But there are a bunch of you who are option writers out there who are being rewarded now for the stock not going anywhere at this point, and also who've written contracts at much higher strike prices. Way to go. And then those of you who are looking to do rollovers, you have a stable kind of a market. So that gives you time to shop now and time to roll over. Buy back calls that are in the money and write calls for a higher strike price and get a lot closer to this market or ahead of it. SoFi down to 838, down 37 cents. That is the official 11-minute to go price of SoFi. 1.2 million traded, and this is tipping me off that something good is happening on SoFi. 1.2 million is all that's traded this morning on SoFi. If we were truly in trouble, if this company was really in the doldrums and the stock was about to go to $5 a share, we'd be at 8 to 10 million traded here. And we're at 1.2 million. stock isn't coming in. The stock isn't coming in like it's supposed to. That's why it's been inching up a little bit here and there. It's been just, instead of 815, 820, it's now 835, 845. It's like a little higher. After 15 minutes of opening, we could well be at $8.50 to $9 again. We could be. So your opportunity to steal this stuff, it might be limited. Just saying. Those of you who are thinking of writing $10 calls against Sofi, you may want to wait a bit, because if the shares actually go to 930 to 980 and then you write, you may well get 2 to 225 for those contracts instead of 175 to 190. You may want to hold off and just let the stock come back a little further and then make your move. So I just said, you may not even write 10s. You might write 1250s. You might write 11s. You might write 12s. Totally up to you. But at this point, to write January 23s, you have to write 10s, 1250s, or 15s, or 1750s, or 20s. To write a contract over the next several months, you can use dollar increments, but you have to decide whether you want to do that or not. Do you want to write contracts shorter in, around $10 to $12 each, or do you want to write those January 23s for the bigger payoff? You have to decide that for yourself. Okay. 155.51 on GameStop, down 113. The Dow's down 117 points. We're 9 minutes from opening up. We're down 11 on S&P. We're down 46 on NASDAQ as we're getting ready to open up. Welcome one, welcome all to the show. Thank you for joining me today from around the world, wherever you are. I'm really really glad that you're here with me. Uncle Bruce, this is exactly what I've been doing on Sofi. I've gone from 1,000 shares up to 2,400. I really like this strategy to build my position. Yesterday, 10s on Sofi January's were 195. That was last night's close. That is correct. The question is, what will they trade at once we open this morning around 850 or something? I'm not sure. We'll see what's going on. Lots to come out, lots to understand, lots to figure out. Those of you who are here as subscribers only, welcome one and all. Those of you who are here as members to make comments over here. Those of you who are gold members who join me for these comments and also join me every morning before my 8:30 show begins and Wednesday nights at 8 o'clock. Welcome to all of you for joining me as Gold Bagel members. Love having you here and appreciate you all popping by and being part of the family. Let's hope we all can make some money. That would be kind of nice. Good morning, everyone. Everyone's saying good morning to everybody else. Let's get going. Look at that. My bagel is gold. I hit 1 year. A number of you are finding out that every week that's going by, your bagel colors are changing beside your names because you've now been here 12 months, 13 months, and you're being recognized by YouTube with a new colored logo or avatar beside your name. And thank you all, and all of you who've stuck it out with me for the last year through thick and thin. I really appreciate it. It's great that you're here, and I'm glad you've joined us. And hopefully you're taking the long, steady road to making money in this market and not looking for the so-called home run ball that others out there are hoping I can provide them. Again, thank you all. I think the slow and steady wins the race. Being patient is a virtue, and it pays off handsomely, especially on option writing. When you write a contract goes the wrong way, you patiently wait for it and let it top out, come the other direction. And if you're a writer and you're already ahead and you let the contract continue to depreciate, you win even more. And I congratulate all of you out there who are learning how to write options. If you want to become an option writer with a little more confidence, a little more, you're going to be a little more focused on writing contracts. You're going to take this, really seriously. Then head over here to my website. Get over there, stockmarketswithbruce.ca. It's the CA stands for Canada because I'm out of Canada. Up here in the top corner, you'll find tabs, one of which says, I believe, classes, and you can join any of those classes. There are 12 classes there on how options trade, how they work, how they function. And what I do on these classes, inside these classes, I just stand in front of a whiteboard with my audience commenting to me and Jennifer acting as a moderator. And I just use the old magic marker and I talk about the stocks that I talk about here all the time. We're talking about GameStop, IBM, Apple, um, all the SPACs from time to time. So you're going to notice if you're watching my classes that it's kind of familiar with what I do during the day here. You're going to find out that, yeah, I get it. He was talking about GameStop, GameStop at the time. Shares have moved in value since these classes were recorded, but it's all relative. He shows off how options go up, how they go down, how they depreciate, how you write, how to actually do it. Why would someone buy these? Why won't they buy them? And how can you value them? How can you predict the value of a contract going forward, and so on. There's 12 lessons for you, all about writing options, talking about poor man covered calls, spreads, stink bids, strategies, you name it. And watch one class, watch them all. Up to you. You don't have to quote buy the whole package to figure out how to do this. Start with a $100 purchase of one class and go from there. And I find it interesting because as time goes by, people, I'll be notified by my website. Oh, somebody bought lesson number 4, and I'll see the name of who did it and all that. And then down the road, that same person, they just bought number 5, and then a few days later, they bought number 1, and then they bought number 2, and they bought number 3, and then they bought number 6, and they bought and eventually, there are some of you who just systematically you put your toe in the water, you watch a class or 2 or 3, and then you buy them all. And this happens again and again and again. And then those folks who do that, they're here, they're right here, and saying, you know what, I was nervous when I did my first option writing trade. I wasn't so sure this was going to work. So I just tried one contract. I wrote it at 350 and then went down to 290 and it came back to 310. I bought it back at 310. I got out and I made $40. And I just was sat back and went, okay, calm down. And then I realized, oh my God, if I'd waited another day, they would have been to 210. And the day after that, they were 160. And when they expired, they were at 30 cents. Oh my God, I could have made way more money. I get it now. And after a few tries and a few writes and a few rollovers, you become very used to writing options. It becomes as easy as buying and selling stock, which these apps make it very easy to buy and sell stock. It gets very easy to write and buy back call options. And you become a ruthless, mean, terrible person. You take money from innocent victims who want to gamble like they're on drunken holidays in Vegas. You take their money and give them a little back. What a meanie you are. But then again, no one complains because these option players are gamblers and they want to gamble, baby. They want to take the moonshot risk, and you're there to provide it. You're the wonderful, wonderful casino with those beautiful waterfalls and the free drinks and all those nice shiny lights. You're the guy and the girl who are just offering the gamblers every chance they want to gamble away their dollars, because these gamblers don't have 25 grand to play with. They've got 3 grand, 2 grand, $1,500, $1,800, $2,500. They don't have the big bucks to throw into the stock and be long-term holders like Warren Buffett. They're looking for a score. Well, you're offering them the score. So there you go. We are 2 minutes away from opening up. John Bickman, that was me the first time. That's what he is. Cindy, I feel that's what happened to me on my Goldman Sachs long as well. It's absolutely right. So many of these viewers who are here, if you are just joining me and you've never been here before, so many of these folks over here were all nervous, like you couldn't believe when they wrote their first option. They were so, are you sure? Is this going to work out? And the gang over here, you couldn't ask for better people to hang out with during my shows, because these folks over here will compare notes with you if you want. If you got a question for me that you pop in here, by the time I read the comment, they may have already answered your question 5 times over. This is how good this gang is over here. You're part of a family if you're part of this channel, you're part of one of the best families on YouTube, because these folks here are trading. They're watching the markets. They're strategizing all the time. They don't always agree with me. Sometimes they go, I think you're wrong. But many of them have figured out that you can make some pretty good money writing options around here. And boy, these markets are handing dollars over like you cannot believe. And right now, not Larry Titus, aka DQ out of Pittsburgh. The markets are open, Bruce. The bells have rung, and we are trading now. We're trying to make some money here. It's nice to have you here, Bruce, but let's talk about making money. Okay, well, let's do that. I'll pop up my fancy-dancy iPhone here and get my quotes up and running and see how these markets want to start the day, and just see what kind of, let's see what's going on. John, what a great group of people, except me. Duncan, Coffee Break, Shays, Chris Savage, thanks. Welcome one, welcome all. It's nice to have you here. Tons of fun. We're down 85 on the Dow from at the moment. We're down, where are we at now? We're down 60 cents on Sofi. Now we're down 53 on Sofi, 822. So some of you out there, did you put in stink bids? You might have gotten lucky right off the trade with Sofi. I don't know. The volume here, 3.8 million shares, low trade of 813. I apologize to the sap who sold at 813. I'm so sorry for you that you sold at 813. It's possible. It is possible this could be the low trade of all time. It might not be the low trade of all time, but I'm sorry for any of you out there who are selling Sofi at under $9 a share right now. You've been hosed. You have been hoodwinked. You have been scared off by sensationalist article writers, bloggers, and others. You have been screwed out of your stock. You have been shaken out. And I am so sorry for so many of you who are blowing off your Sofi, because you are getting taken for a ride by some pretty savvy buyers right now, who are more than happy to take the stock off your hands at these prices. More than delighted. Especially those buying this stuff at 820, 22 right now. These folks are laughing and laughing, and they don't care. If this stuff goes to 785 this afternoon, they still don't care. They're buying it there too. They are going to keep picking off this stock the lower you want to offer it, because they know something and believe in something you obviously don't believe in, or you are not aware that you should believe in. And that is that this company is going to become one of the largest fintech banks on the planet. And these are the early days where the unknowing, uninformed, rumor-chasing investors are getting screwed by being encouraged to dump their stock. It's really pathetic. It's a sad story, but it is what it is. 822, 5.1 million shares have gone in. Think about it. You want to sell your stock, and there are 5 million shares of buying to take it from you. Has that not occurred to you? That, oh my God, 5 million traded. That means someone wants this stuff. It's not like 5 million people want out. Nobody wanted it, because if nobody wanted it, it would be $5 a share right now. No, a lot of people want this stock. They want it down here badly. They want it, and they're happy to take all you've got. And here we are, 821 on 5.3 million shares in 3 minutes. How much more you got? It's only $25 million worth of stock is all you've given us. Give us more. Unbelievable. What can I tell you? GameStop, 153.64, down $2.99 a share. The opening volume in 3 minutes, 86,000 shares. This is the opposite. This is the George Costanza of SoFi. Both stocks are down. Yep, that's right. They're both down. So they're the same, aren't they? Kind of, but not kind of. Because SoFi is down where it is now on almost 6 million shares of volume, 5.8 million shares of volume. It's now back up to 836, by the way. GameStop is down 350 a share on 80,000 shares. There isn't a wave of buying waiting for this stock. There isn't 5 million shares of buyers saying, give us all you got. The GameStop buyers are going, I might buy some at 153. Maybe I'll get some 152. I'll get some 151. There's no rush here. It's not like I have to jump in and get this GameStop, because it's not going anywhere. The sellers are eager to get out. I'm just going to I'm going to back off. And sure enough, people have been backing off on GameStop. We're at 153.37, down 327 a share. SoFi, 834 now. This is about around the high of the day, 838. 6.1 million shares traded. The buyers are more eager than the sellers right now to get in versus out. We're running out of sellers. And there you go. SoFi is already recovering. It's quite sad to see people blow this off. Whoever sold at 813, I feel so sorry for you. You put in a market sell order. You got rooked. You got hoodwinked. You got fooled. You got whoever panicked you into doing this. I am really sorry for you that this happened to you. You don't obviously have an Uncle Bruce to talk to, or you don't believe in this Uncle Bruce, and you sold it anyway. I'm so sorry. You're already off 18 cents. This thing is already recovered by 18 cents, and it might be the low trade for quite a while. I could be wrong, and you might go, traded lower than what I got out at. Fair enough. It's okay. But I take the long-term view, not the short-term view. So there you go. 153 even on GameStop. Just saw that go through. We're following a lot of stuff simultaneously. The low of the day on GameStop, 152.99. The Dow's down 144 points. S&P is off 3. NASDAQ is trying to rally with a 30-point gain. That's all we got at this point in time. SoFi, 824. Rocket Lab is $8, down 7 cents. AMC is down 7 cents. It started with a gain. Now it's gone red. Highcroft Mining down a penny. Matterport at 766, up a nickel. ME is down a penny at 357. Spire 201, down 3 cents a share. ATIP 184, up 2 pennies. SmartRent is up 6 cents to 486. Sixtera is up 33 cents to $12.82. It hit a high of 13.10 already this morning. 276,000 on Sixtera. Unusually high volume at this point for Sixtera. It doesn't usually trade this aggressively and this quickly. Headline from 12 hours ago, Sixtera gains on reports. It's exploring a potential sale. That is the headline on Sixtera. It's exploring a potential sale. The data center is exploring options. Sixtera went public through a SPAC, through a Starboard Value last year. It's working with advisors as it considers a sale. The potential sale comes as consolidation in the data center has been rapid in recent years, including Cirrus's $15 billion announced sale to KKR and global infrastructure partner and American Towers AMT purchase of CoreSite Realty. Last month, Bloomberg reported that data center operator Switch is exploring its options, including a possible sale. So that is adding fuel to the fire on Sixtera, which is now $12.85, up 36 cents at the moment. Now, if you multiply the stock price by all the shares outstanding, the market cap value of Sixtera is $2.3 billion. This is a small player in a big field of $10 and $15 billion buddies and pals and competitors. So this is an easy acquisition for a larger company to make. It would probably be an all-cash offer. The question is, what would the price per share be? Interesting stuff. I find it amazing that this company is a takeover target at its all-time high, just about, and ATIP is $1.70 with all those treatment centers. Spire's at $2 a share. It's not a takeover target with 700 clients. These are the stocks that are takeover targets. I mean, these guys are super cheap. ME at 355. These are the targets. But no, Sixtera. It's now $12.95, $12.99, up 46 cents on Sixtera. Former SPAC that I've been recommending from day one. What can I say? I don't know. We'll see what's going on. Back to the fun zone. We're down 106 on the Dow. We're at 7.99 on Rocket Lab, down 7 cents. SoFi 820 now, down 55 cents. The volume on SoFi is now 9 million shares. GameStop 153.82, down 282. The low trade on the day on GameStop is 151.66 now. That has been the low trade for GameStop today. We're at 153.82. The high 156.67, and we're down 349 to 153.15 right now. Not just barely a $1.80 away from the low of the day. All right, Sofi, 813. Okay, now you who sold 813 to start the day off, now you can laugh. You can laugh now because you're not the sap at the low price of all time. You've been replaced. There are now sellers at 811 and 812 who have gotten out in the first 20 minutes, which to me is laughable, ridiculous. 807 on SoFi. Mind-blowing. I congratulate any of you out there who've been patient today, who've been putting in stink bids. At 811, you got hit. 806, you're about to get hit. We're at 807 right now. 801, you might get hit at any moment too. I congratulate you if you can score any of this SoFi down here. Steal this paper from the saps. Take it, take it, take it. Take a look at $10 contracts if you want to. Wait till later this afternoon or tomorrow or next week and consider writing 10s against your 807 acquisition. You could be very, very well rewarded. Of course, if you write a $10 call now, you can buy stock now at 806. So there's that back and forth, because if the shares go back to 9 and you write calls at 2, you're buying stock at 9. If you write calls here, and I don't know what you're getting, 170, 160, 65, 170, you can buy stock at 806, 805, 804. You got to ask yourself, what price do I want to pay for this stuff? I want to get it. Those of you who are writing Rocket Lab $10 calls and raising cash, you're writing Matterport $10 calls and raising cash, throwing it all into SoFi down here, I commend you. I absolutely commend you to steal this SoFi paper off the unknowing. But, you know, I can't help people. I can only guide you and tell you in plain English what's going on. And in plain English, we're at 803 on SoFi. And that's it. That's what it's doing. It's down 72 cents for no reason. Forget the student loan crap. That is old news. We're 802 for no reason. 11.4 million is the volume. 802 last trade on SoFi, low of the day, 798. We've seen 797 quotes now going through on SoFi. Maybe the person who sold at 813 is buying them back at 797 and they're the ultimate genius. Congratulations. Don't know if they're doing that though. They don't have an Uncle Bruce as a broker side out there. 797, 796 is the low trade of the day on SoFi. 13.3 million traded. I got to think that Noto is putting in buy orders himself, along with the other directors and insiders. I'm sure if they're allowed to buy it, they'd be buying it. I don't know if they're allowed to. They might be in a quiet period. I don't know the rules on this. 801 now, SoFi touched a low of 796. Congratulations, 796 stink bidders, 801 stink bidders, 811 stink bidders, 816 stink bidders. You've done a beautiful job picking off this stock. If you've done it, well done and executed. The Dow's down 41 points. GameStop 152.25, down 439 at the moment. GameStop's low 151.65. We're $1.13 away from the low of the day on GameStop. That's where we're at right now. AMC down 23 cents to 2016. We've already hit 1984 on AMC. Get used to the teens again. We're going lower on AMC. 2001 right now on AMC. 152 even on GameStop. 35 cents away from the low of the day on GameStop right now. 151.95. Now we're 30 cents away from the low of the day. We're going lower on GameStop again. 151.71 just got hit. 6 cents away from the low of the day on GameStop. Stock is coming in, just hit a new low, 151.50 on GameStop, down $5.14. Down go the shares again. Those of you who've written options, you're getting richer as expected. 151.50 is the low trade so far on the stock from what I can tell you. 151.15 is now the low trade, and we are going through that. We're going to hit 150 at this pace and break it. It's going to break 150 support. 1980 on AMC, under 20, yet again, new low. and falling. Hycroft Mining down 4.5 to 205.5, falling. SoFi 796, down 78 cents on a volume of 15.5 million. Lots going on this morning. GameStop 151.02 has been registered. The low trade now 151 even on GameStop. It's still coming in for sale. Matterport down 11 to 750. ME 348.9 down 9 cents. Spire 197.5 down 6 cents. ATIP 180 down 2 pennies. Smart Rent down 2 cents to 478. Sixtera $13 on the nose, up 51 cents today on Sixtera. All-time high on the stock is 1353. We were higher than that in the pre-market. We're only at 13 right now. 377,000 shares traded. A nothing burger, but the rumor is they're a takeover target now. They're going to be bought out. That is the story. They're probably in discussions looking for the best offer. That could be the game plan. I'm surprised that they were not able to utilize their capital, utilize bank lines, and acquire other companies and just get larger. But it could well be that the price to acquire competitors is so ridiculous that they've decided, you know what, why don't we sell at a ridiculous price? Why don't we get out at 15 or 16 bucks a share? Why don't we take that and take a hike? We haven't even been public more than a year. We took our people from 10 to 15 to $16. How can you complain with a 50, 60% return as a pipe investor? We'll do that and we'll move on. That's possible. It is entirely possible. Don't know how this is going to play. $12.95 on Sixtera is where it's at right now. Pfizer 53.20 up 34 cents, trying to go higher. Right now the Dow is down 83 points. That's where we're at with the Dow. GameStop 151 even. Looks like we're at the low of the day again. 151 on GameStop, down 564. Rocket Lab 789 down 17 cents. SoFi is at 802 now. Dime higher than the low of the day of 792 on 17.4 million shares on SoFi. GameStop 151 holding at the moment. AMC 1977 down 62 cents at this time. That is where we're at. 12.98 on Sixtera, up 49 cents. Robinhood at 12.22 down 28. Vanek Vectors only down 22 cents to 252. Home Depot down $1.81 to 296. IBM down $1.16 to 128. Microsoft unchanged, up 32 cents ish. We're at 299.82. Apple down 45 cents, 171.38. Goldman down 251 at 313. Buy deep in the money. Calls on Goldman. That is the call. Cisco down 27 cents to 54.10. Facebook down 67 cents. 222. Amazon down 493. Tesla up 950. Google down 444. Bed Bath Beyond down 35 cents. BlackBerry down 14. Royal Caribbean down $1.24 to 79.06. Those are the early indications right now on this market. The Dow again down 102. S&P off 2.3 points. NASDAQ off 15.6. Oil up $1.17. GameStop 151.02 to 16. The low on GameStop today is 151, and we're at 151.07 right now. Still not going away. It is coming in. Stock is coming in faster than is wanted. 151.03. This 151 barrier might be about to go, from what I sense here. Bears take over after the S&P 500 breakout failed, says Opinion. We have a 10-year Treasury yield advances further above the 3-year high at the moment. So the interest rate issues continue to be there for the market. Interest rates now, the 10-year note is showing 2.64% and climbing. The UK is 1.75 and climbing. And Germany has now broken 0.70 from 0.65, so it's climbing as well. Higher numbers on the 10-year notes. GameStop just broke 151, 150.57 I see here. The low of the day, 150.23. Right now is where we're trading at that price, 150.23, pardon me. We're about to attack $150 support level for GameStop, down 652 at 150.12, going lower right now. Stock is coming in at 150.12. That is the low of the day right now, down 652 a share at the moment. All right, that is the deal. SoFi 797, Rocket Lab 794, GameStop 50.10 last trade. That is now the low trade of the day, 50.10. AMC 1958, down 81 cents. We're down 6 on Hycroft Mining. We're down 15 on Matterport, 14 on ME, down 8 on Spire, 4 on ATIP. We're down a nickel on Smart Rent and Sixtera. 12.97.98, up 48.49 cents right now. GameStop 150.01, 150.01, the low trade of the day. Volume on GameStop is 357,000 shares. We're down 640 on 350,000 shares. No support coming on. There's some buying at 150, of course. It's a nice round number. But if we break it, we might see another $5, $10 drop. Not in a minute, but there's technically it's looking weak right now. Just saying. 801 on SoFi, down 74 cents. The Dow down 132, going for another sell wave right now on the Dow Jones. S&P down 1 point, NASDAQ down 11. GameStop 150, 135, trying to put on a little stand here. 150, 101, 150, 130, trying to hang around. Now it's 150.36, so that didn't last. A little buy wave didn't do a darn bit of good for GameStop. It's coming in again, down to the 150.30 level as we speak. This is the story on this stock and the markets. SoFi 802, hanging around 8 now. A volume on SoFi is now 20,600,000 with a low of 792. There it is. Welcome one, welcome all to the crazy morning we got going here. Nice to see you all. Alberto, my arms are crossed on my 170s on GameStop. Let's make that moolah, Uncle. It's coming your way, baby. Tiff, my stink bid hit at 814. Aaron Sixtera is the only Uncle Bruce SPAC I only own a few of. When you see it go down, you'll know I just bought some. Let's see. I just sold a SoFi June 17 $9 strike for $1. And let's see. This student loan news exactly what we needed to get the volume we needed. Vilbus, I picked up another 100 SoFi in the 820s. Bought my average down roughly by 50 cents a share. I'm bringing it down. SoFi candle trying to turn green. Nate, crazy cheap. Bought another 100 at 822. Sell my house. Okay, so I bumped up a lousy dime to score another 100 shares of SoFi. 821. Splair, store, don't charge fast enough from 814 to 8 to stop loss. So I lost 12 shares. Hope I was the only one out there. Bobby, after reading that, Uncle Bruce, are they getting sold or are they buying something? I think the Sixtera is getting taken over. I think that is the vibe I'm getting. 150.55 on GameStop, 150.54. The low of 150.01 now has been touched. I'm trying to figure out the Robinhood sell tabs for covered calls. If I'm offering a $10 covered call, what do I do? Put the limit price. It's just showing me 12 cents. Do I change this value? Something's not right, Munimo. What contract are you writing? What's the date of it? This might be a quote of a contract that is expiring this week or next week. Are you trying to write a contract for January? Check that out. John, Bobby, sounds like they're getting bought. Let's see. Did ATIP ever get a CEO? We don't think so. We think the board guy's still in charge. Oh, Spire, my beautiful dog, says Max. Spire for sure wins all the ugly dog contests. So ugly, she's cute. My SoFi 1250 cover call looking better all the time. 808 just hit, says Coyote. Cam, morning, 184 thumbs ups this morning. I'm going to look at a mirror before trading and say, I'm not a sap. Miraculous. I'm number 189, Bruce. Good morning from Duncan. Cam, I'm Duncan. Lobo Blast, 799, 799 hit. Yeah, stink bid hit for SoFi at 803 for 20 shares. Scooped up some more at 799. I got some at 797. My stink bids are buying back so far. Buying back SoFi 2250 covered calls. January 24, I sold for 175. Just hit bottom back at 94. So we're over 40% profit for 26 contracts. Yeah, Babu. Thank you, Uncle B. Way to go. David, good morning. Has anyone read anything as to why the Galileo CEO is stepping down? Coyote Bear Nation, Credit Savage, Care Bear Unit, Miraculous, 795 felled on SoFi. Coyote, I'm losing immorally greedy on my SoFi cover call buybacks today. It's in my bear nature. I cannot help it. That and a disgusting craving for honeypots. Miraculous. I bought Goldman Sachs at 329. Gotta say, I'm getting nervous. What's happening on Goldman Sachs? Scott, maybe these GameStop sellers should take your classes. Maybe they don't lose their stocks and generate income. Cindy, I'm there with you on Goldman. Triple G, 40 more SoFi scooped up, dropped the cost basis over $1 a share. Credit Savage, Coyote, those honeypots are a must. Ventures with Duncan. Goldman Sachs down 21%. Enderman, Uncle Bruce, I have a January 2023 Sixtera $15 long call. What happens to the call if they get taken over? Thank you. Well, if they get taken over at $15 a share, you will get nothing. If they get taken over at $16, your contract is worth $1. If there are 4 buyers competing to buy this company and they outbid each other and they run it to 20, you've got a $5 value on your contract. So let's see what happens. Scott, Cindy B, I bailed out of my Goldman Sachs a couple of days ago. It was more trouble than it was worth. Duncan, 1 year, whatever it means. Rob, 1544. I don't know what that means. 150.54. Oh, okay, now I know what that means. I'm showing 150.29 right now, 150.47 on GameStop. The low of the day, 150.01. I'm showing 150.47. We're not going anywhere here. This is a temporary pause. We could go lower. 436,000 volume. There is no big buyer stepping in to save this stock right now. SoFi, 807, 808 on SoFi. We're down 67 cents. The low, 792 on 23.5 million. Congratulations, all of you who are stealing this stuff this morning. Congratulations. The Dow's down 136 points. GameStop, 150.29, 150.70. You tell me what the price is. It's all over the place. Why is it that when GameStop is falling, it's because there's selling coming in, but when SoFi is falling, it's because buyers are coming in to pick up cheap stock. It's because of the volume. Keep an eye on how many shares we're talking about. If SoFi was really being blown off by everybody, they all threw in the towel, we'd be at $4 right now. The stock's down 63 cents on 20-something million shares. There's 23 million shares of buying as well as selling coming into this stock. And I think of the 23 million that's going on, it wouldn't surprise me if half of it is just turnover. It's just day traders flipping this thing over and over and over and over and over again, trying to get a penny here, a penny there, a penny here, a penny there. No commission trading is what's causing all this volume. It might be legitimately 10 million shares of selling and 10 million shares of buying, and the rest is flipping and turning. That could be all it is. 812 on the stock. We're running out of paper. It's going higher. 150.12 says Rob. 151.38 now. It's coming back a little bit. Bama babe. Cindy B, I have done so well on Goldman Sachs this year. I just don't know why it's falling. Their earnings report comes out April the 14th. Maybe somebody knows something. Credit Savage. Yeah, Uncle Bruce. My other stink bids for SoFi leaps just hit too. SoFi, $15 cover calls for January 23, which I sold for $145. Just bought them back for 69 cents, baby. Not bad for 24 contracts and a week's hard work from home. How about that, Kiwi? I'm up to, I'm thumbs up number 194, buddy. Thank you, buddy. Vilbus, I've added a total of 200 SoFi so far, and my average has come down from 1460 to 1360. Duncan, 1 week and 1 year. Goldman Sachs the same. Skole, Bama babe, it's because the only thing being focused on is the loss per share, but no one is explaining that they had a loss from expanding their business. Alberto, another 500 at 7.99. Average drop 4 cents. Laughing out loud. Savage. Bama Babe, someone always knows something. Alberto, Uncle Bruce, got him. Thanks, Uncle Bruce. Your idiot nephew don't have access to PayPal on the road, so here's a donation for you. Thank you, Alberto, so much for your constant contributions. And I'm glad that you're just making nothing but money. It's great. It is fantastic. Alberto is scoring here. 151.69 on GameStop. SoFi 808 down 67 cents. The Dow down 151 a share. Just a good old public service announcement here to the Bagel Gang from the Credit Savage. I don't know if today would be a good day to write covered calls. You might want to sell into strength on green days. Just my 2 cents. Coyote Munimo, not sure. I don't use Robinhood, so I can really be sure how to write on their platform. Let's see. Let's see what's going on here. Boom, boom, boom. People are talking about good deals going on. I put in a 750 stink bid for 1,000 SoFi. Let's wait and see. I would make that 751. Get 1 penny ahead of 750 and you're all by yourself, because right now at 750 there could be 100 buyers with you. Go to 751, you're probably all by yourself. Added another 1,000 shares, says Austin. It will start dropping more now if anyone wants to buy at a discount. Good morning, Austin. How's it going? H. Gregory, it's the Bear Patrol. Kiwi, I paid $8.52 for SoFi yesterday. I bought the Coyote at $8.69 yesterday, but I'm still happy about that. John, I paid $8.75 yesterday. Nelson, I remember my first 100 SoFi at $18.98 stink bid, laughing out loud. Bill was, Uncle Bruce, how does that work for shareholders if Sixtera gets bought out? Well, what's going to happen is the company will be approached here. They might agree to a takeover. Sixtera right now, $12.99, up 50 cents. They might get offered $14 a share. $14.50, $15. They probably have brokers, bankers acting on their behalf right now, soliciting offers. The word is out. You want to buy Sixtera, it's available. If you're a private player, let's say you run a server farm or two and you're the same size as these guys or 5 times the size of these guys, you could buy Sixtera, take them over, and now run it. Merge your business into Sixtera. And it could be that what might end up happening is there might be a buyer that offers all cash for your stock at, say, $16 a share. I'm just picking up numbers. But there might be another buyer who says, I'll offer a 1-for-1 swap for stock. We'll take Sixtera over here. We'll take my company over there. We'll merge them together into one company. And now Sixtera shareholders and our shareholders will be the shareholders of a new company, call it New Sixtera, and together we're double the size we are now. That might be the takeover offer. And it could well be that the merger of 2 companies, one is double the size of Sixtera. Sixtera shareholders own 1/3 of the new company, and the guys who have this company own 2/3 of the new combined amalgamated company. And that might take your stock to $25 a share. It could be a cash and stock combo offer. Someone may come up and say, we'll give you $10 a share in cash, and we'll give you 1 share in the new company for every share you have. So you get a share plus $10. And the analysts are going, the new stock will be trading at $15 a share. That means you guys are getting $25 a share. 10 in cash, 15 in stock. It could be that. It could be 5 companies that want Sixtera, and they're all cash buyers, and there's going to be a bidding war. We're early innings, kids. We only heard this morning. This is all brand new to me. $12.99 last trade on Sixtera. Volume, 438,000 volume. That's it. It's unbelievably quiet. Anyway, I love this SoFi party time. Aren't we having fun? Let's take a look at the markets again. The Dow down 185. We've got Rocket Lab down a dime. We've got SoFi down 61 cents. We've got at 814 now. GameStop 150.56, 149.88. I've seen the low now of 149.48 on GameStop. So we're running into more paper. AMC 1969 down 70. Hycroft down 6 cents. Matterport up 3 cents to 764. We're green on Matterport. ME down 9. Spire down 8. ATIP down 3.6. SmartRent up a penny. Sixtera 12.99 up 50. Pfizer up 93 to 53.90. That's where we're at. But the Dow is now down 216 points, and we're falling off quickly on the Dow. We're going into the red. There we go. We've got S&P negative 0.61, NASDAQ up 41, but the Dow is red. Okay, let's see. Let's move on. Catching up here. A lot of people answering my questions to other people as well, which is fantastic. Thank you all. Let's see. Okay, Sofi ran up to now 818, Coyote. It's going higher. Let's see. CNBC just slammed Sofi over the student loan payments, calling the reason the shares are slipping. Okay. Let's see. Uncle Bruce, I sold my Goldman Sachs 360 for 65 cents. May the 6th. Bought it for $6. Thanks for your conservative nephew, John. What can I say? You got to buy in the money calls and stay on top of those. Right now, Goldman Sachs, you got to be buying 250s, 260s. Get cheap, deep in the money calls. Try to get those way down there and start writing against them right there. In other words, Uncle Bruce, don't be selling that Sixtera right now. I wouldn't be selling it right now. Not at all. No way. Let's see. Hey, Uncle B, I'm number 206 on the thumbs up. Mr. T says, what is the good strategy to employ for your next write once your buyback profit target has been hit, especially when there's still downward momentum? Staying a few weeks ahead and writing out of the money. Just keep doing that. Just keep doing that. Stay a few weeks ahead of the price. Write again. Take the premiums. It's hard to do, but you got to do it. If we're getting a cash buyout on Sixtera, Dr. Walter wants to know, then please can it be completed today so I can buy more cheap Sofi? I don't ask for much, there you go. Uncle, what's a good covered call on BA, on Boeing? What's a good covered call on Boeing? Are you looking to write one? Is that what you're thinking of doing? I don't know if that's your question. Give me more help, more info. Let's see what else is going on. Goldman Sachs is down $100 a share from when I bought it. My timing is way off. Do I take the loss and get out? You can either sell your call and reload into another one. You position yourself lower and keep writing. Because if you're going back up 100 a share in the next 6 months, you want to be into a cheap call here, a 250, a 260, and let the market go to 400 a share, making you that $100 on your deep in the money call and enjoying premiums in the meantime. All righty, let's go. Spire. So I now need Sofi to go to 1050. Then I close my trades. Wait a little, and I'll try to catch another $1 or $2 upside movement with 500 Sofi. Maybe I can start options and classes after in May. Who knows? Odin's Pumpkin. So January Sofi 1250s at 110. What do you think of those? You like it? You like it? Thank you, everybody. Nick, I'm number 215 on the thumbs ups meter. Bruce, 214 dropped on the Dow, 214 point drop, 791 on Rocket Lab, 808 on Sofi, 147.81 on GameStop. We're dropping again. The low of 147.34. We're now down 876 and counting on GameStop. Again, those of you who have written calls enjoying these pullbacks, I'm thrilled for you. Those of you who have done rollovers and wrote 160s, 170s, 180s, 190s, keep assessing your mathematics. Take a look at what it cost you to do the rollover. Where are you at on this rollover? Can you come out of there with a gain and now begin writing 155s, 160s for next week, the week after? You're back into the short-term game. Those of you who have 110s, 100s, 95s, 115s, 120s, You're looking to do rollovers. You're always watching the spreads, the option chain on your GameStop. The stock at 147.70, that means you've come $8 lower, $9 lower to your strike price. These calls to buy back are getting cheaper and cheaper and cheaper, and you may be able to roll forward into $10 or $20 or $30 higher on your strike price. As the shares are coming to the strike price, you're moving up to it. This is an opportunity. Keep your eyes open and decide what to do. 148.05 on GameStop. Another backing off of the shares with a pause yesterday, and here we go again today. All righty. Uncle Bruce, Nick wants to know, what's your opinion of CVNA? Carvana, overhyped. That's the auto seller, isn't it? Not a fan. Not a fan of these guys. I'm thinking of shorting it, says Nick. I don't know. I can't tell you whether you should do it or not, Nick, because I don't know the intricacies of the stock. I don't know the trading volume. I don't know support, resistance. I don't know anything about the deep inner workings of that outfit, and it takes a lot of research to do it, and it's just not, I'm not interested in this company. It just doesn't excite me. I think cars are overvalued. I think futures of car prices will drop. So the long term, Nick, you're on the right track. The short term, Nick, I can't help you because you want to do it. You want to do a day trade on the short sell, and I don't know what to say. I can't tell you, and I can't not tell you. I only write, says Alberto. I only want to write against Boeing. That's all I want to do, Bruce. I want to write call options against Boeing. The shares of Boeing are 175, down 372 today. The 52-week high and low, 258 for the high, 167 for the low. That has been the range on Boeing. The lows were hit about a month ago. They had a little dead cat rally to about 195-ish. I don't even know if they got higher than that, 193-ish. So you could well be very safe to write 180s for the next several weeks out, maybe even 178s. But I'm certain 180s you'll be pretty safe. You can always do rollovers if I'm wrong. If you want to write 175s for 2 or 3 weeks out, you're at the money right now. You're pushing it, but you don't have to push it. You can write 180s for like a month out, write 180s for 2 months out, and take the premiums and just sit and watch it melt away and enjoy the game. Up to you, my friend. Lots of thoughts there. 222, the down dip on the Dow. 14-cent drop on Rocket Lab to 792. Hi, Jan. I need your help. 801 on Sofi, down 74 cents. GameStop 147.52, down 925. Could you help me, please? I forgot to pour myself a cola this morning, and I am really dehydrated here. I'm having trouble staying alive. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I get up and get myself a cola, and then I come in here. For whatever reason, I forgot to pour it. Just went right on the air. Alrighty, there we go. Nick, it was at 126, now 110. I'm thinking it's going to go to 90. Nick, I know you're aggressive. And, there are day trades always available from time to time. I always like to sell into strength, but you got to make up your own mind. We're going to talk on Saturday. We got lots to cover. So we'll have fun. I'm looking forward to it. Rob, I sold a 150 for next Friday yesterday for $14. Just bought it back for $8 today. Thank you, Uncle Bruce, on the, I'm assuming GameStop. Rock and roll, 147.68 last trade. The low of the day, 147.34 on GameStop. The volume now on the day is volume now is 753,000, not even a million. Unbelievable. Down $9. Wow. Olivia, Jen, we love you. Good morning. Jen says, John, Wing Commander just loaded up on SoFi. I got 100 at 801. Stealing paper. 805 on SoFi. Now 806. Volume 29.5 million. You're not alone, Wing Commander. Others are doing it as well. Scooping up really cheap SoFi stock. 147. 147 on GameStop, 147.60 on GameStop. We're approaching the low day of 147.34. Quickly, we're coming back down again. Uncle Bruce, should we still stick to writing into strength? I think so. That's usually the way I would go about it. I would not be writing SoFi $10 calls right now for January. I'd be writing those calls if the shares have a pop so that you get a higher premium. Thank you, man. Very much. Got some water.
You have your window covered. It's dark in here. It's a beautiful day out.
I hadn't even noticed.
You're in here so early.
I come in here. I was actually a little behind this morning on my timing, and so I was in a bit of a fog, and I just went right to work, and
we're racing to catch up.
I'm just trying to stay on top of a lot of crap right now as usual, and I have no time to even get my cola, check the window covering, eat. Nothing. I'm just going. I did have a muffin today.
Yes, good.
Kind of carry me through here.
So I figured that you probably weren't really hungry yet.
No, I'm not. Okay. No, I'm not. I'm all jazzed up here with this market. I have viewers here making all kinds of money today.
Oh, good.
All kinds of money. The Dow's down 222 points, and they're making nothing but money. And that's what we do here.
Rolling out things they wrote on Monday. And
Tuesday. Call options are just collapsing, and they're just scoring deal after deal after deal.
Nice.
Beautiful stuff.
They're all waiting for the Canadian budget to come out today, I'm sure. And then the markets.
It's going to be great.
Huge recovery.
Yeah. For those of you in the U.S. and elsewhere, the way we do budgets here,
it's fun.
It's incredible. The Canadian government's budget is done by the finance minister, similar to Britain, the UK. The finance minister comes to the House of Commons and then announces this is the budget.
And everybody looks at his shoes.
Well, what happens is the tradition is on budget day, the finance minister buys new footwear.
Yeah.
Now, it depends on where the finance minister is from in this country, what heritage they are from in this country. And in this case, our finance minister is Christina Freeland, who is our deputy prime minister. And
so
she
is. We'll be having some Pradas or Lavie.
It's already on the.
Oh,
she was wearing high heels, trying high heels on this morning at a women's shoe store. Because she's 5'4". I mean, she's got to wear heels, otherwise you're not going to see her.
I don't know if she's even 5'4".
Yeah, she might be 5'2". So I don't mind Christina wearing heels. She looks great in heels. So way to go, Christina. So,
but sometimes they bring out their running shoes or their work boots to indicate what kind of budget
all
it will
politics.
Be.
It's all fun and games.
It's
all theater. It's all BS. What is the budget is what we want to know.
Yeah.
And the finance minister first tells you the good news, then the bad news, then they try to give you some more good news.
Tell you how the
and then they don't tell you the other news, and that is, there's all kinds of hidden fees now that we've implemented, or surtaxes, or all kinds of other crap that we find out in the next few days and go, whoa, I didn't know that was in there. So we'll see how all this plays out. It's a game. It's a game. It's a game.
And then, of course, the opposition will stand up and demand a non-confidence vote that this budget is undoable,
untenable. It'll ruin the country.
It'll ruin the country, and so they'll have their.
We have to have an election immediately.
And the government will not fall, and tomorrow they'll be back in the same.
We'll go right back at it. In this budget, though, the big piece of legislation that's coming out is that the Liberal government has already made a deal with the NDP opposition party.
New Democratic.
To do New Democrats. They made an alliance. And the alliance is that the two will support each other. So the Liberals will not face a loss of confidence.
Because we have a minority government.
We have a minority government. So one of the deals that was negotiated that will be interesting to see is a dental program, a national dental program for Canadians.
Farm care and a dental,
Yeah, and now the question is, will the dental program apply to seniors first? Then every year the age of eligibility will come down, or will it be for all right away?
What's the rollout?
How's this all going to play out? The problem in Canada.
And how are we going to pay for it?
That's another matter. The problem in Canada is, and I'm going to get to that right now, the dentists of this country are part of dental associations for every province they're in. Like in the U.S., you have statewide organizations. So what they do is they collaborate together and set their prices as a provincial body.
What?
So if the government of Canada is going to give every Canadian a $200 allowable spending account against dental work, or 500 or 1,000 or whatever the number is, these dentists are just going to jack their rates to score the money. I mean, we already know we're getting screwed. I mean, we know we're not stupid, but the politicians are going to make the grandiose, well, we're going to cover dental procedures for Canadians. We'll see what the details are. We'll figure it all out. But,
Yeah.
Yeah, time will tell.
Yeah, they all have their little tricks and their little, yeah.
And of course, the optometrists are going, what are we, chopped liver? The
Yeah.
hearing aid guys, what are we,
Well, no.
super chopped liver?
Well,
What's
as
the
a
deal?
senior, I get to go to the optometrist every second year.
Yeah. And if you're
And
a
that's
senior in this
covered.
province, you get hearing aids covered up to $3,000 or something.
Yeah,
The
right.
reality is a hearing aid costs $200 to make, and they retail for $4,000. Okay, you know that in America. We know that in Canada.
It's the same with glasses.
And the government of Alberta gives you a $3,000 allowable. So you go to the Costco, you buy the $2,999 hearing aid, which you don't pay a dime for, which is worth $350. Guess who makes all the money?
Yeah.
It's not. And who's paying it? The taxpayer. It's such a
Someone
scam.
has to pay for all that equipment.
And the hearing aid guys have cornered the market by telling provincial regulators, oh, you can't let anybody sell hearing aids. You have to have a licensed hearing aid doctor. You have to have these guys only offer, and only optometrists can write prescriptions for glasses, which corners the price of this crap. It's
I love it when
crap.
I go to my ophthalmologist and they do all the tests ahead of time, and they do your field test, and so they know what your prescription is, but they can't give it to you.
They can't give it to you.
Yeah.
You got to get it from your optometrist.
You have to go to an optometrist.
It's a scam,
Pardon me,
scam,
optometrist.
scam. The ripoff of North America is an art form that we have perfected. We have absolutely perfected the art form. And we're never going to give it up, because there's too many lobbyists for these doctors and other specialists. There's too many lobbyists to make sure there will be no changes in how they keep the cartel together.
Don't we want new doctors?
I mean, for your family's safety. Do you want to have some snake oil salesman sell you a pair of glasses? We can't have that. No. 144.
Warby Parker a snake oil
Am I doing that? 144.91 on GameStop. We're plummeting again. We're dropping on GameStop.
Okay,
We might hit 138.
You.
Are you?
Yes.
What?
I'm going to the kitchen.
No.
Yeah.
What? You know where it is?
I do.
It's way over there.
I know.
It's a big house.
So far.
Do you know that we're down to our final month in 3 days? It's April 7th.
It is.
May 10th is deadline day. They're coming back. They're coming back.
They want their house back.
They're going to want their house. I think they're reluctantly coming back because they would really rather be where they are, but they know they have to come back.
But it is also starting to get warm.
Well,
yeah,
not quite here, but
No,
we're going to be at
yeah.
70 tomorrow.
I know.
We're going to be 32 for the high next Wednesday, but we're 70 tomorrow.
Well, I know. And this is where your heads pop off, because we're 21 tomorrow and then we're 7 the next day.
Got to get out of this town. Got to get out of here.
The barometric pressure is like, whoa, woo,
Woo!
It's a roller coaster.
It's a roller coaster, like the markets. 145.51 on GameStop. The low of the day, 144.72.
My goodness.
Down we go. Sofi, 7.92 on Sofi, down 83 cents. 7.92. The low trade of the day, 7.91 on 34 million. My viewers are stealing Sofi all morning on Stink Bits.
yeah.
They've been just picking it off and picking it off and
There's
picking
my conspiracy
off.
theory that it can't get over and sustain $10.
Why?
I don't know why.
Okay.
That's my
Thank you for that. That clarified it, didn't it?
That was my conspiracy theory.
Well, now we know the
I have
answer.
to flesh it out a bit.
Okay. I need a little more time to work out the
Flesh it
reasoning
out
for.
as it
I'll get back to you on it, but it's not going over 10. Thank you, Jen, so much for that.
Bye.
Okay, Miss Jennifer, I'll catch you a little later.
Bye, everybody. Make money.
Make money, make money. You heard her. Make money. That's right. GameStop 145.40, 145.10. We are dropping, and well, we're dropping down $11 a share on GameStop. Is anyone making money on their call options? I would think so. Indeed. Thank you all for hanging out with me today. You are the man, says Alberto. Good morning, Jen from Duncan. I have plans this Friday to Monday, says Duncan. Vilbus, I've got a 135 GameStop stinker in to buy. Maybe it'll hit the next few days. Maybe it'll hit this afternoon. I don't know. Coyote, I woke up late too. My alarm was going off, and my girlfriend was like, "Aren't you getting up for work?" I said, "Bears hibernate." Went back to sleep for a while. Coyote, that's a funny tradition. I like it. Yes, coffee is needed. 796 SoFi. Wow. Let's see. Isn't tomorrow another opportunity for SoFi to drop because options expire? Well, I don't know about that. Let's see. This is why I'm an anti-dentite. Bless you, Uncle Anti-Gen. Bless you, Anti-Gen. I think I saw a doctor 2 times before I was 20. Didn't have insurance growing up, so these terms are very confusing to me. Let's see. What else is going on here? Moving on. I got more SoFi at 795. Well done, Coyote. Let's see. There we go. I think I've caught up on all your messages as best I can. We're down 245 on the Dow. We're at 793 on Rocket Lab. We're at 798 on SoFi. 147.21 on GameStop after hitting the low of 144.53 today on GameStop. AMC 1931 down $1.08 and still falling. The low of 1906. Hycroft down 8 cents to 202. Matterport down 7 to 754. ME down 14 to 344. Spire down 7.5 cents to 196.5. ATIP 178 down 4. SmartRent down 11 to 469. Sixtera $13 even, up 51 cents at the moment. Pfizer 54.06 up 119. The Sixtera volume 543,000 shares is where we're at, and there's rumors on Sixtera that it is now available as a takeover target, that they are exploring the possibility of perhaps either being bought out or merging with someone else that might be much larger. I don't know. We'll see and report it as best as we can when we know. And what numbers are we talking about? Don't know that either, but the stock's at $13 right now. The all-time high, $13.56. That's where we're at right now on this market. Let's see. What else is going on? I picked up SoFi with my SoFi account at $7.92. I swear they get me better fills on their own stock. Laughing out loud, says Cody Blakely. I get better fills buying from SoFi stock. What about that? 1922 on AMC, 146.50 on GameStop, 146.47. The low 144.53. We keep getting these little dead cat bounces on GameStop, and then we go lower. Get a little dead cat bounce, we go lower. And that's the pattern all morning on GameStop. The volume on GameStop now, 1,030,000 shares in an hour. There is no volume here. It is very quiet. The Dow down 245, S&P down 6.7, NASDAQ is up 8.7 points. Now it's up only 5. Oil down. Oil is at 96.81, up 58 cents. Oil up 58 cents only this morning after a huge drop yesterday on crude. That's the deal. 145.82 now, 145.79, $1.20 something away from the low of the day on GameStop. It's coming back in again. 145.48, less than $1 away from the low of the day. It always seems like bad news on SoFi, it says Devil King. Gotta wonder, what can you do? Coyote Bradley, I'm buying, getting all I can. I'm just going to get all I can of this stuff. 790 on SoFi, down 85 cents. 145.68 on GameStop. Dollar something away from the low of the day. We're jumping around a lot on this market. Okay, guys, welcome. And I'm glad you're here. Wish it were a better market, but I know for a fact that those of you writing options are scoring on these contracts that you've been writing. Looking at other stocks right now, $13 on Sixtera, Pfizer 54.18. A Robinhood at 12.17 down 34. Vanek up $1. Home Depot down 360. IBM down 250 a share at 126.80. Microsoft holding a gain of 256 at 302. Apple up 37 cents to 172. Could this be dead cat bounces? Possibly. Goldman down 685 to 309. Goldman is trading at 5.2 times earnings. Unexplainable, undefendable, absolutely ridiculous. I do not understand the mentality behind the management of Goldman Sachs to be satisfied, it would seem, with a 5.2 times earnings multiple. I'm maybe new management is required because they're certainly not shareholder friendly with the stock trading at that low a multiple. I mean, it is just utterly ridiculous. Now, I understand that Goldman has issues like any other investment banker has issues, including China-Ukraine problems, exposure to China debt. There's problems, but they all have it. It isn't a Goldman Sachs exclusive issue. Goldman has issues, good and bad. Everyone does. And yet Goldman still trades at one of the lowest multiples of any stock, including the Dow 30. And it isn't even close. So maybe new management is required at Goldman that is more shareholder focused to get something going. What does it mean? Does it mean an activist investor has to step in here? I don't know if that's possible. I'm not sure about banking rules and ownership rules, whether that's even doable. I have no idea. It is just laughable at how cheap Goldman is trading at. It's really laughable. They're the butt of a lot of jokes, and it isn't funny. It just isn't funny at all. Anyway, there you go. That's the story of that one. What else? What else? Sorry, here we are. Sorry, yeah. John, question for the group. I can sell all my Spire and get out even as it is at my average to buy more. And then I could buy more Sofi. It's a 4-to-1 swap. It's hard for me to give up on Spire. What are your thoughts? Let's see. I got burned on Sofi, says Swiss Butter. However, it is a continual buy. It is going to make you wealthy next week, next month. No, but imagine having thousands of shares at this low price point and then $35 a share next year. Think about that, or the year after. Splair. Oh, Clay Wilkies will step down from the board immediately. Michael Combs and Carlos Medeiros will be stepping down effective 2022 annual shareholders meeting. Yeah, but Splair, who's going to replace him? It could be better guys. It could be more shareholder-friendly people. I don't know. John, when unsure, you can always sell half and keep half. Beware, as my biggest regrets in the market have all been sales rather than buys. Stay inspired, says Swiss Butter. Nelson, Sofi Stinky 791 failed. Come to Papa. Give me this paper. I'll take it from you. Cisco's down 33 cents, Facebook down a quarter, Amazon is up 95 cents, Tesla up $17, Google down $10, the Dow down 231, Rocket Lab down 15 to 791, SoFi 792, down 84 cents, the low of 787. GameStop 145.53, 145.26. That is approaching the lows again of 144.53. We're 70 odd cents away from the low of the day on GameStop. We're down 11.38 right now and dropping. We are on AMC 1905. We have hit, this is the low of the day on AMC 1905. We're going to break through 19 the way this is going. 16.4 million traded on AMC, getting hammered. This stock 2 weeks ago, $34. How many shares did AMC sell between $30 and $34 to pay off their debt? Nothing. Not a single share was sold or liquidated to raise any money to get them out of the hole. Why? Because shareholders don't want them to. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy of misery over at AMC. And 1910 looks awful. 145.20 on GameStop. We're 70 cents away from another low on GameStop. Highcroft down 7 to 203. Matterport 754 down 8 cents. Dr. Walter, the pre-split TSLA shares I sold still give me nightmares. Wish I'd known Uncle Bruce back then. D. Gray, Bruce, I have become a member, a chillin' with Uncle Bruce member of your channel. I think D has come back to us. I suspect D has been here before, but it doesn't matter. I'm glad to see it. Alexander, first message from my fatherland, Norway. I arrived with the family for the first visit since the pandemic. I left with 0 kids, came back with 2. Back to the U.S. in a month. My trip caused Goldman Sachs to collapse. I'm sorry. There you go. D. Gray. Hi, Uncle. How you doing, D. Gray? Welcome, my man. 145.81 on GameStop. SoFi 790 down 86 cents. The Dow down 213 points. It's a negative day today. That's all there is to it. It's a negative day. Over at Sixtera, 1302, up 53 cents on a volume of 625,000 shares. Cheers to all of you around the world from a very parched Uncle Bruce. 1305 on Sixtera, now up 56 cents. Takeover is looming on Sixtera. There seems to be a takeover coming. All right. Hi, Guy. Welcome. Let's see here. 1314 on Sixtera. We just jumped again. We're in a bit of a move here. We're rolling higher. The high of the day, 1318. We're at 1314. We're now 1317 on 644,000 Sixtera. Sixtera is moving higher right now as we speak. Sixtera is 1317, a penny away from the high of the day right here and right now. 1319. That is the high of the day, up 70 cents on Sixtera. 1319 last trade, 654,000 traded. It's incredibly thin volume. It's a very thin trader, and it's moving higher. It is going higher. It's a takeover target. The question on people's minds, what will be the price of the takeover? That's what we want to know. Who is it and how much? I don't know when we're going to get the answer to that. I really don't know. Dr. Walter, howdy, D. Gray. Welcome back. Splair, by the way, on MACD line, SoFi looks like it would gain strength here. Oak Streeter adding more October 22 deep in the money calls for Goldman Sachs to my portfolio. I like it. Right on. Splair, I remember that profile picture from D. Gray. Bradley Coyote just joined. You got 25 more joining the party at 791. Right on. Everyone, welcome one, welcome all. We're at Sixtera 1320 now, up 72 cents. We got GameStop at 146.53 at the moment. This is what's going on. I've got to do an edit here on my phone now because there's just so much stuff going on here. There we have it. Whoo-wee. My gosh. Okay. There we go. Right now, the Dow's down 209. Sixtera 1322, up 74 cents, climbing again. Sixtera is moving now 667,000, 1322, high of 1324, and we're right there, 1323.24 on Sixtera. Rocket Lab 796 down 11, SoFi 789 down 86, GameStop 146.13 down 10.51. That's where we're at right now. Duncan, I'm just having my coffee here. John, Dr. Walter, thanks. I decided to stay in Spire, says John, as my average so low that I would only get me 1/4 of additional leverage on SoFi. Coyote, hey, hell yeah, I truly believe in SoFi. This is all steals to me. This stuff is being given away for nothing. 796 on Rocket Lab, 788 on SoFi. GameStop, 146.18, 146.03. AMC 1914 down $1.25. Matterport 753 down 8 cents. Sixtera 1321 up 72 cents right now. Let's go here. Bradley is saying to Coyote, I bought high at 1930. I think this is SoFi, but I got my average down to 1634, just dollar cost averaging every month. I just keep buying this stuff. And I'm just bringing my average down, bringing it down. That's what you got to do. It's how you play this game. You buy them cheaper. get your average down, and when they pop, you're laughing. You're just laughing. The Dow, 212 on the downside. SoFi, stinky, 788 filled, baby. Oh, baby, Nelson is saying, I got it. It was right now 788 on SoFi. The low of the day right now is 787 on SoFi. 40 million traded today. 40 million. And people, for viewers of mine, are scoring the low trades of the day on SoFi. GameStop 145.99 backing up again. The low of the day 144.53. We're backing up on GameStop. 18.97 now on AMC. We're now through the $19 barrier again, falling back. 18.93 low of the day. We just hit it on 18 million, and that's all it took for AMC to drop another $1.40. 18 million volume. We did 250 million last week. We used to do 500 million a day when it ran to $72. Where is the support? It's not here anymore. It's all gone. It's evaporated. It's so sad. Nelson, my average now is 12.20, 12.12 on SoFi, but I'm out of powder. John, nice average. I'm at 12.38 right there. John, I'm out of powder too. 790 on Rocket Lab, 784 on SoFi, Sixtera $13 on the nose, up 51 cents. GameStop 145.11. We're now 60 cents away, about 60 cents away from the low of the day. 145.05, 53 cents away from the low of the day on GameStop. 145.05, selling coming in, down 11.59 on GameStop right now. More pressure on the sell side. Dow's down 280, falling again near its lows of the day. We're down 9 points on S&P. We're down 3 points on NASDAQ. These two indexes are not interested in following the Dow, but they're slowly being dragged out. The Dow's down 0.75 percentage point. It was holding higher than the other averages. Now it's backing off. More nervousness about earnings and the ability of corporations to be able to pay dividends to outdo the 10-year treasury that is quickly going to be risen up. That is the issue right now. Let's all aim to get under a $10 average, says Nelson. Let's get this average down on SoFi. SoFi 782 right now. GameStop 144.83, dropping again 144.72 on GameStop. 144.64. The low of 144.53 is about to be hit. The way it's coming in right now, stock is coming in for sale on GameStop, and it is overwhelming the buyers. We are backing off. We're almost down $12 a share. We are down $12 a share on GameStop. Another couple of dollars, it's a 10% loss. We go into short sale restriction mode again on GameStop. 144.62, 144.70. We're within 10-20 cents of the low of the day another time, yet again. There we go. 144.53 is the low. 144.77 last trade, and we've broken just over 1 million shares of volume. Just over 1 million. Okay, that's the deal on this market. AMC 1892, 1893, down 146 on AMC. SoFi 782, down 93 cents on SoFi. Bargoon City 780, low trade today. That's where we're at. Sixtera 12.94, up 45 cents. Volume now 721,000. A little stock is coming in for sale on Sixtera. 286 point drop on the Dow, 17 on S&P, 59 on NASDAQ. The two markets are now moving lower. They're now catching on. NASDAQ is definitely going red. 144.48, new low on GameStop. 144.48, down 12.28 now. 144.33 just touched as well. Another new low on GameStop. The next stop, 140. That's the next stop for GameStop here, 140. SoFi just hit SSR. If you are long on SoFi, anything below 15 is a buy for me anyway, says Alberto. Wow, GameStop is constantly hitting the SSR, takes a day breather, and then races down again. I expect 120 on Monday. Credit Savage, damn it, I bought back my SoFi covered calls too soon. Could have made 50% return instead of 41, but then the name of the game is to make money, and I took it off the table. No remorse. Coyote Alberto agreed. Spire falling down again. It's 784. I love watching my average get sliced with each buy. Nelson saying Alberto Bargoon. What's going on here? GameStop 144.20. New lows on GameStop. 144.11 is the low trade now. 144.20 is the last trade, down 12.41 and falling off on GameStop. AMC 18.92 down $1.47 here. SoFi 7.82 down 93 cents. The low of the day 7.80 on 42.8 million on SoFi. When a snapback rally comes, it will be severe and it'll be dramatic and you will be very happy with it, but you'll also go, I didn't get enough down here. I should have bought it. Should have bought this stuff. That's it. Alberto is saying to Coyote and to Nelson and to the credit to Savage, let's be the thieves. Uncle has set free. Steal this while we can. Just steal it. 782. GameStop 144.50. The low of the day 144.11 now. Volume on GameStop down 12.14 a share. 1.25 million. No support. No serious buying support. Waiting to buy the stock right now. 782 on the SoFi. The Dow down 279, 280 right here. Been busy selling into strength on SMH and something else. I don't know what. We're looking at 144.42 now on GameStop, 144.48, 144.42. 781 on SoFi. There you are. 144.35. Another down tick on GameStop coming through. Another one. Yep, your options are definitely dropping off, folks. There's no question about that. Just sold. Zed saying I'm going to just sold a 200 something Dewey right. I just sold 200 something Dewey right. I don't know what this means. Nelson, like a phoenix rising from the ashes, all our SPACs will rise again. Jennifer, but patiently waiting to buy back my SoFi covered calls. Why rush? DJ Goldman Sachs, thanks for everything. So let me get this right. I got 100 Goldman Sachs at 335. When you talk about writing covered calls at 250, i.e. deep in the money, you mean for tomorrow? 250 has a premium. No. I don't mean writing calls at 250. No. I'm talking, you're long 100 shares. You are writing a call against the stock, but not 250s. You're going to write out of the money calls. I'm talking about people buying $250 call options, buying and going long on Goldman Sachs 250 calls, then write calls against those calls as a poor man covered call is what I am talking about. He's thinking here, I think I get exercise tomorrow. I'm risking a loss. Why would I do this? No, you're not going to do this. You're not going to do this. Oh, no, you're not going to do that at all. No, write out of the money calls on your Goldman because you're a shareholder. Those of you who don't have shares and who don't own any calls, or you have calls in Goldman, they're out of the money, sell them and now buy in the money calls, 250s, 260s, pick them off for late this year, next year, and write covered calls against them. That's what I'm saying. DJ, you are mislabeling my commentary here. Down 283 on the Dow. Sixtera 1296. Rocket Lab 792. SoFi 782. GameStop 146.56. 146.57 right now. Another dead cat bounce yet again. It looks like. I just find it funny that SoFi gone so much lower on news about student loans. They haven't had a student loan for 2 years. That's right. They haven't issued any new student loans in 2 years. They're not losing any other dough. They just have a portfolio of student loans that they've had for years and years and years. They're going to be compensated by the federal government for their payments. There's no risk to the bank whatsoever. Period. Stock is available for $781. It's on sale. I just bought back my GameStop 200, and now I can rewrite. Yes, sir. Well done. 1174 average for SoFi for me, says Cloaked. 11.74, and they're coming down. 781 on Sofi. GameStop 145.78. $1.60 away, 167 away from a new low on GameStop. GameStop under pressure still. And it's going to be all day, I think. 140 is your next stop. 140, your next stop. Could it be today? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. We're dropping. Yeah, there you go. Whew, down 290 on the Dow right here. This is the low of the day. Down 20 on S&P, down 82 on NASDAQ. The Dow is down 0.84, S&P down 0.47, NASDAQ down 0.59 of a percentage point. Just around a half percentage point, 2/3 of a percentage point. That's what we're off. Nothing dramatic, but will it accelerate into a dramatic loss? That is the question now. I'm wondering whether S&P and NASDAQ will now outdo the Dow and outdrop it. That's what I'm wondering is going on, if that's going on. 145.60 on GameStop, $1.50 away from the low of the day. Oil up 63 cents to 96.86. Okay. Sofi 7.82 a share. Oh boy. This is hard work. It's kind of tiring. ME down 14 to 344. Spire 193 down 11. Hycroft Mining down 11 cents to 198. ATIP 177.5 down 4.5 cents. Smart Rent down 13 cents to 466. Pfizer 54.14 up 127. Doesn't want to back off. The Dow down 271. Sixtera 12.94 up 45 cents. It is now a takeover target. 750,000 traded. The high of the day 13.24. It did do a spike, but it's backed off again to this 12.94 level. SoFi 7.82. GameStop 146.53. I'll get it out. It'll take a while, but I'll get it out. All right. Oh boy. Uncle Bruce, I'm thinking of writing 10 covered calls for April the 14th at a strike of $10. This will be my first time writing a call. What do you think about this? I'm assuming you're talking about SoFi because you didn't tell me, but I'm going to guess that's what this is. I don't know what kind of a price you can get on these because you didn't mention it. But you're talking about an April 14th. Well, that's next week, Thursday. So how little money are you going to get for this is the question. At 7.83 a share, I don't think it's a good idea. You're trying to write a call at the low of the run here, and I don't know if you've got any money in it, if there's anything for you. Let me see. A $10 call, you're talking about bringing in a nickel, $5 a contract. It's just not worth your time. I wouldn't bother with it. Take a look at writing something further out if you're going to do anything like that. Even if you write an April the 29th, you could write like a 9 and bring in $31 a contract, 31 cents. Bring in 31 cents and put in a stink bid of 11 and make $20 a contract times 10 is $200. So maybe write $9 April 29s. If you want to write May contracts, you can write, say, May 13s. You can write 10s for 28 cents, maybe offer them at 34. You can write 9s for about 52 cents, bring in $520 for 9s. But again, you might make 20, 30 cents profit on them if you do a stink bid buyback, maybe. But we're at the low of the day. We're at the low of all time. I mean, this is ridiculous. Writing a call right now at this price, 774 is the all-time low. I wouldn't do it right here. I'd wait a couple more days. Stock comes back to $9, then take a look at writing 11s or 12s, 13s, and then take a look. But why bother writing way down here for nothing? It's pointless, absolutely pointless. GameStop 146.70 right now on GameStop, down 994. Okay. Alrighty, the Dow is off 250, trying a little comeback. What else is going on? Looks like SoFi won't go deeper. We'll find out. We've got these pauses, and then we go lower again. 783 now in SoFi. GameStop 147.04, trying a little dead cat bounce again. Can it work? Maybe. How far? Don't know. But we're not going in a hurry. I'll tell you that. We're not going with incredible volume either. 147.04 on GameStop, traded 1.38 million. Not a huge surge here. AMC a little better, 1916 dead cat bounce. Looks to me at the moment. The Dow down 251 right now. John is saying no premiums that close in. I'm waiting for a pop before I write on SoFi, and John has got it right. Munimo, listen to John. He knows what he's talking about. You just don't want to write right now. This is not the moment to write at all. There's nothing in this for you. No. Michael, I guess I don't have to buy my SoFis back. My $10, I won't have to buy them back at all. They'll just die, and that's probably what's going to happen. Scott, the ask for a 315 April 14 Goldman Sachs covered call is about $6. That's $600 to you if the stock doesn't trade above 314.99 at the close next Thursday. That's not bad. That's right. It's a free gift of $600 if the shares don't want to close above 315. You want to write a 320 for the Friday after, or the Friday after that, you're probably going to get this much money. You just got to give a little more time for that deal to pay off. Maybe you can get even more. That's a way to go. Absolutely. Sixtera 1290 now, still up 41 cents. The Dow down 224 points. SoFi 784 on SoFi now, a little better, but not a lot. Goldman, a GameStop 145.50. We're dropping quickly again on GameStop. 145.50 coming back towards the low of the day of 144.11. All right. Francis is saying, rode the wave up on GameStop and gambling on April 14 AMC puts. Sometimes it's nice to gamble a bit. Well, up to you, my friend. Do what you got to do. 1290 on Sixtera, 145.75 now on GameStop. $1.60 or so away from the low of the day on GameStop. AMC 1902, we're backing up again. Matterport down to 746, down 15 cents. Rocket Lab 790, down 16 cents. Pfizer 5407, up $1.20 after hitting a high of 54.34 today on Pfizer. Robinhood 1184 now under 12, down 67 cents. So we're down $1 on the VanEck, down $1.10. Home Depot down $1.50. IBM down 2.20. Microsoft only up $1.85. Apple only is now down 45 cents. Goldman down 7.21 at 309. Writing 315s for a quick $600 might be all right. Cisco down 48 cents. Facebook down $1.20. Amazon down 15.60. Tesla up 7.20. Google down 15.97. All righty, there it is. Down 222 on the Dow. And GameStop now 145.78. $1.60 something away from the low of the day. All right. Gaudi got a 769 SoFi bid set. 769. So you got to see all that 770 buying first before it's your turn. You may or may not get it. I don't know. Cody, hey, Uncle B, you should do a class to teach a new generation of brokers to do what you do. Mint 2 or 3 people that do something like what you do, and big money will pay you to teach in Hawaii. There you go. Splair, normally I would agree with going lower, but we are flatlining now for some minutes. That's mostly happening before SoFi moves a little bit higher. John, 47 million traded before 11 a.m. Wow, SoFi. Yeah, there's buying coming in here. There's people picking it off, and there's a lot of day trading going on too. SoFi now 782, the low of 780, 781, 47 million traded. GameStop 146.50 at the moment. Volume on GameStop now is 1.4 million shares. 1898 on AMC. We've broken 19 yet again. There it is. There's all this trading. It's a sea of red, more or less. 1290 on Sixtera, up 41. We do not know who and what are we going to see happen here. Rumors and official stories. Sixtera is officially acknowledging that they are exploring the possibility that they might be bought out. But we don't know who, and we don't know for how much. But I'll tell you, I cannot possibly imagine that Sixtera would go for less than 15 a share. I couldn't imagine it. Management would be better off just running it the way they're running it. I can't see why they'd be in a hurry to sell. They're not desperate to sell. The market for data processing centers is hot. And Sixtera with 61 different properties, they're a buy. They're a publicly traded company too. I can see a private company buying these guys to become public. But I guess Sixtera is sitting back going, well, make us an offer we can't refuse, and we might consider it. Now, maybe it's an all-cash deal. Maybe it's an all-stock deal. Maybe it's a combination stock-cash deal. But I can tell you the Sixtera insiders are going to work the best deal for the shareholders because they are shareholders. Let's see what's going on. All right. Let's see what happens. GameStop 146.21. 146.21. $2 away from the low of the day. Tons of stuff going on here. My goodness. Let's see what else is happening here. Yeah, headline says here that JetBlue's head scratcher bid for Spirit may be bad news for consumers. Wall Street says it could be that JetBlue may have absolutely zero intention to buy Spirit. They don't want to buy it at all. They're putting in a stink bid. They're putting in a bid to screw up the Spirit Frontier merger. They're trying to screw them up. The thinking, too, is by making the stink bid, they're bringing the public opinion higher, reaction higher from consumer groups, that with another one less airline to choose from, Americans are going to get ripped off. They're going to get screwed again. Because as Americans have fewer choices for airlines, there are fewer competitors for flights. And now, if you're not in an area that is serviced by Spirit, JetBlue, or Frontier, you don't care as a consumer. But if you are a consumer and you do have flights of JetBlue, Frontier, and Spirit in your neighborhood, you do care, because all of a sudden you're going to go from 3 airlines to 2, perhaps, and you may find that your fares go up 25% because these two guys aren't going to compete against each other. It might well be that JetBlue buys Spirit and pulls out of the market that they're competing against Frontier on. They might do that. On the other hand, the Justice Department might say, no one is doing anything. We're not going to allow any mergers between JetBlue or Frontier or Spirit. No matter what combination you come up with, we're not going to let it happen because it's going to be bad for consumers. Not doing it. So maybe all of this is for naught and it's just a big show. We'll see what's going on. I don't know. Michael is saying to Coyote, I would be bidding 771 for that stock instead of 769. That 771 is a stink bid. 769 is actually a stink offer if the stock were trying to go up to a higher level. So, but again, it is what it is. Okay. What else is going on? Folks talking about all kinds of transactions here, doing all kinds of wheeling and dealing. Where are we at right now? We've got the Dow down 223, Sixtera at 1297. We have Sofi at 784, and we got GameStop at 146.22, 146.08, dropping again right now on GameStop. We're coming back down again. All right. Maybe Elon Musk is buying Sixtera. Oh, I don't think so. Nice. Oh, God, I love this group, says John Bickman. I love this group. Right on. Alrighty. Where else was I? I was over here looking at headlines. Let's see. A lot of Fed talk going on. A lot of mortgage speculation going on. Mortgage rate speculation going on. Shell says they might have to book off $5 billion in impairment charges on Russian operations. Exxon is also talking about writing off billions of dollars. We'll see all about that. Lots and lots of headlines and lots of speculation about the Russia situation. Let's see. Manufacturers grind to a halt in China as lockdowns expand. There's a headline I haven't seen all week. About time, manufacturers, including suppliers to Apple and Tesla, are struggling to keep some of their China operations going as extended and widening COVID-19 lockdowns choke off supplies and clog up truck routes and ports. That is what's going on. Walmart dangles $110,000 starting pay to lure truck drivers. To keep its supply chain humming, the retailer is raising starting salaries for truck drivers and expanding a training program that enables its employees to enter the field. Most interesting to see that. Let's see. There's super yachts, suitcases full of cash. Russians pour money into Turkey. All right. Senate passes a bill stripping Russia of favored trade status. Okay. Baseball's next battle, making the game exciting again. Oh my God. Yeah. All right. Tesla gears up to open Austin Gigafactory with Cyber Rodeo. Elon Musk's electric vehicle maker is slated to open the doors of its new Austin, Texas area auto assembly plant on Thursday, less than a month after inaugurating a similar factory in Germany. Buffett Berkshire Hathaway reveals a $4 billion stake in Hewlett Packard. As China's property slide drags on, developers see an uncertain future in China. There's that too. Trouble in China. Yes. All kinds of talk going on here. Earlier today, U.S. jobless claims fall to 166,000, lowest level since 1968. There you go. And that means, in my humble opinion, what is going on is that folks out there have become gig workers. People are leaving the workforce, the traditional workforce. They're going out on their own. And because they're out on their own, many of them might be working under the table for cash. Many might be working as a consultant through their own little corporations, little numbered companies, holding companies. They're creating entities that will have no state taxes to pay because of where they live. They may have very low income taxes. They may be able to do all kinds of write-offs against the cost of their homes, their mortgages, their property taxes, their utility costs. their vehicle payments. They are becoming miniature corporations because politicians love corporations and hate people. And so these little mini corporations are so tiny that they pay virtually nothing in tax. There is no deductibility for unemployment insurance or anything like that because these people let the corporation make all the money, pay all the bills, and they're living off maybe a minimum wage that they're paying themselves to stay virtually tax neutral. They're income splitting the money they're making at home by paying their children $10 an hour. They're paying their spouses cash per hour, and they're divvying their salary from the one source that used to get taxed at the office. Now it goes into a little holding company and gets split off into all kinds of directions, and there is virtually no taxes to be paid to by anyone for anything. And at the end of the day, the individual that used to be in the workforce is not in the workforce anymore. And so there's obviously a lot of people who aren't going to file unemployment claim insurance because they're not unemployed. They're self-employed as gig workers that don't even fit the system. And so the US numbers are skewed and are all screwed up because the reality is that these people wouldn't qualify anyway for unemployment payouts because they're not employed by an employer. And so you have the lowest number of people claiming unemployment insurance. And these folks who are working on their own are going, hey, man, I don't commute anymore. I don't have to have childcare anymore. I used to need $6,500 a month gross to break even after tax. Now that I work from home, I need 3,500 gross to live without tax. And guess what? I'm making 7,500 a month, 8,500 a month from my house, and I'm income splitting this thing amongst my children and my wife and I, and we're writing off portions of the overhead here. We are so far ahead, thousands a month in dollars, net dollars, and we've reduced our expenses by thousands of dollars because we're not commuting, we don't have childcare anymore, and on it goes. This is the complete great resignation, the turnover of the U.S. economy happening to a certain extent of people, and it is a powerful group of people with powerful dollars. Because if you can increase your living, your enjoyment of living by 2,000-3,000 a month net, 20 to 30 to 40,000 a year more in your pocket after all your expenses in the middle of this, you're never going back to your office. You got to be nuts to go back to your office. 144.17 on GameStop. We're going for a new low right here, right now. We just hit it, 144.05. We're going down in a hurry on GameStop. 144.05 low trade, down 12.59 right now on GameStop. The volume here, 1.5 million shares. GameStop dropping quickly, 143.93. We just broke through 144 like a hot knife through soft butter. 143.78 low trade of the day right now on GameStop. We're dropping quickly on GameStop. 143.50, another 28-cent drop, another new low. We are quickly dropping on GameStop. 143.50 coming off on some volume. Not heavy volume, 1.54 million, but it doesn't matter. Light volume is causing the stock to drop quickly. What more do I have to tell you? $13 drop right now. We drop another dollar, and we've got the 10% rule hit yet again on GameStop. 8.3% drop right now at 143.83. The low of 143.50 is where we're at so far this morning for the low of the day. Yeah, stocks coming in for sale on GameStop. Dow's down 213. Sixtera 12.99 up 50 cents. Sofi 7.81 down 94. The low of the day on Sofi 7.80. It's at 7.81 on 50 million shares. GameStop 143, now 144.07. A little dead cat bounce, but the selling is coming in faster than the buyers can grab it. That's what's going on. Let's see. What else am I looking at here? Sorry, folks. I'm just trying to catch up with you guys with your thing here. Let's go. Mm. Goldman down to 310. Wow. Um, let's see. Austin, I've already bought back GameStop today. What might selling into strength look like on a day like today, or is it just better to hold off? You see these waves, Austin. These selling waves on GameStop. I don't see this stopping. I just don't see this stopping. We came from $78. We went to 205 in 10 days. Ridiculous. It's unjustifiable. No corporate news to make that happen. Yeah, we know who bought 100,000 shares. We know that, but he bought them at a 102 average. We got to give up some ground here. We have to find a new consolidation, and it's not 150, obviously. Now it doesn't appear to be 145, obviously. So the bottom can still go here. We can still come lower. We'll see what's going on. But if it pops up to 150.52, you want to write 160s for Friday, next week, Thursday, knock yourself out. Take the premium. Look, anyone who wrote calls yesterday and the day before, and are you guys laughing? Yeah, you guys are laughing today, especially if they die this Friday or next Thursday. Oh my God, are you guys laughing? It's amazing. Anyway, I just bought another 500 Sofi shares at 780 to lower my average to 885. Still got the faith and being patient for at least a year. Hey guys, I'm back. Welcome, Duncan. Scott, aren't maximum security prisons out in the middle of nowhere? Just convert all of those to fulfillment centers. Seems to take care of a lot of problems. Michelle, thank you for the donation. Sixtera, 750 call, premium, 410 expiring, sell or hold. So you have a Sixtera 750 call option. It's expiring January 2023. You do nothing. Sit tight. Because between now and in the next week or two, you might have a $16 stock, just as a guess. And you're already going to be you're then going to be sitting on an 850 contract or more. And if this thing goes to a 1750 bidding war, you're going to make a $10. You're going to have a $10 contract. Do not do anything, Michelle. Sit tight and let this baby go. How long does the stock stay on SSR? If it goes into SSR today, it's all day today and all day tomorrow. It's usually 24 trading hours for the next full day. Okay. What else is going on here? Is trading stopped on Spire? My order not going through. What's the deal on Spire? I have it at 194. And I see 246,000 shares traded, down a dime. That's all I see at the moment, and I don't think it's been halted. I don't believe it's halted. I can't imagine why, unless the company has something to say. No idea. Do you want to sell a 750 covered call? I wouldn't do that. Yeah, right. And let's see. Yes, players thinking we're going to go to 110, 130, somewhere in that neighborhood. We'll find out here. $12.99 on Sixtera. Goldman 140. GameStop 143.14. A new low. We're hitting new lows now. 143.05 new low. We're down 13.50. We're approaching that 10% rule for GameStop. 143.14. We're down 8.6% on the day. Okay. 143.14 last trade, 143.05 low trade of the day on GameStop. We're at 1872 on AMC. SoFi 780 down 10.8%. It is in SSR. Short sale restrictions. Sixtera up 4% to 12.99. 143.05. That is the low again on GameStop. We have reached 143.05 again for a repeat of the low of the day. See if we break through the 143 level here. What's going on? Let's go. Thank you for the answer. This is Karen, by the way, on Austin's account. Welcome, Karen. How you doing? Nice to see you. We're having fun here. 142.31 on GameStop. We have annihilated the 143.05 low of the day. We are crashing out again, lower still. 142.31 low trade of the day. GameStop down 8.8% at 142.83. We are quickly approaching the 10% rule on GameStop. 142.55 is now being quoted as a last trade. Coming down on GameStop, coming down 142.55 to 142.70, 8.9% at 142.70, approaching the 10% drop here. Okay. Oh my goodness, 142.70, 143 right now. Trying to hang on, but it is backing off. The Dow is down 208 right now. At the moment, we've got Sixtera 1305 again, broke through 13 yet again. GameStop 142.71 right now, the low of 142.31. We're down $13.93 on GameStop today at the moment. Well, here we go. Anthony, having been with you over a year, I just wondered what view is of what has happened over the past year, and what is your prediction for the year to come? Well, you tell me, is China going to invade Taiwan this year? Is China going to do a bunch of air bombing runs over Taiwan? Is China going to accuse the United States of interfering with its domestic affairs and use that as a justification to invade Taiwan with 10 million troops, 5 million troops, naval blockades, air blockades? Is China going to put air blockades 200 miles around Taiwan and screw up all air traffic for Asia, for all countries of Asia? Is China going to warn any country that in any way assists Taiwan in any way whatsoever that is war against China and you could be invaded by the country? Is that going to happen in the next month, 3 months, 1 year? Got nothing to do with Ukraine, but that's a great way to deflect attention away from Ukraine if the Chinese are being blamed by Americans for assisting Russia in war crimes. What about that? Are we going to see 3-4% interest rates? Are we going to see inflation at 20% because of supply chain problems? Because China is going to unilaterally cut back sales of goods to countries that are against it. Maybe China is the aggressor in a trade war this year. Maybe they're sick and tired of getting kicked around, and they're going to say, you know what, we're not selling to Germany. We're not selling to the United States. We're cutting you off. You get your own spatulas from someplace else. Could that take a 25% inflation rate into being right there? Could world shipping supplies of crude oil through Asia be disrupted, and that makes oil go to 180 bucks a barrel, 200 bucks a barrel? Could we have that? Anything's possible. Anthony, you tell me what's going to happen in this crazy world of ours. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out how to make money in this thing day to day, day to day. I think writing options is the way to go. I think if you write options, you're on the right side of the trade. I think that's where you want to be. I don't know. We'll see what's going on here. It used to be so much easier. Wavy gravy. I had 30 minutes in between meetings, and I thought I'd try to make a $100 bill in that time. I wrote a GameStop 145 when the price hit 147 for 910. I just bought it back when it hit SSR for 760. Kaboom. Thank you, Wavy Gravy. Thanks for coming in. We'll see you next time. Watch time, right time, 11 minutes. What was that? 11 hours, 4 minutes, 56, 7. The bot time. Oh, I see you wrote it at 11:04. You bought it back at 11:19. 15 minutes. Thank you very much. Thanks for coming in. Wavy Gravy. Way to write an option. There you have it. Wait a minute. Is this an options writing channel? Is this what this is? Wavy. Yeah. Yay for delays on GameStop. Have a good day, everybody. Back to the day job. I got to go. I don't know why Wavy Gravy even works. What do you need a day job for? You're making so much money here. I don't understand it. Used to be a lot easier. I used to be able to understand people. Zed, Uncle Bruce, I have a GameStop with a strike of 135 expiring on the 29th of April. I sold it as a roll. I'm only making 50 bucks. Buy it back now or shall we wait? What should we do? Shares are coming to you. The shares keep coming to you. They keep coming to you. They keep coming to you. They keep coming. I think you let them keep coming to you. Let them keep coming to you. DJ, oh no, just noticed I'm not live streaming, but writing in live chat. Sorry, Scott Brewer. Ron, it's been a while since I've been on, but still buying SoFi, 8,000 shares to date. I've been converted into a long-term investor. Rock and roll, Ron. Splair, SoFi looks like it would lose the support here at 780. SoFi, 778, down 98 cents. GameStop, 143.87, the low of the day, 142. I'm showing now 144 last trade. 142.31 is the low on GameStop. What a day. Blimey. I'm depressed now, says Anthony. Wish I hadn't asked this question. Bobby, that will be a great day when share makes it to $100, Ronnie. Go to Ron, that's going to print a lot of writing potential here. Austin, Michael, gulp down another 1,000. You buy any? My goodness. Yeah, Anthony, I don't know what to tell you. A year ago, if you'd have told me a year ago that maybe 25,000 Russian troops would be slaughtered in Ukraine because they're idiots coming across in convoys that are just saps to get picked off by these cheap rocket-propelled grenade launching drones. I would not have believed it. That the Ukrainians could hold off the Russians for over 8 weeks already, and the Russians are getting their butts handed to them, and then they would turn around and create war crimes. I wouldn't have unbelieved that. That inflation would be 8% when it was last year 2%. That the Fed is thinking of going to 2.5% to 3% inflation rates or interest rates. I wouldn't have believed any of this. I would have called you nuts. Now you tell me the next year what's going on. I mean, the last year was stupid. Now what's going to happen? It might be even more stupid. Yeah, it is goofy, baby. It is goofy. Bobby, laugh out loud. My wife said no to buying more. She didn't come out right out and say, of course. She just asked if I had money to buy more, knowing the answer was no. There you go. They are much wiser than you give them credit for, aren't they? They're very smart people, these wives of ours. They're very smart, very pragmatic. GameStop, 143.73, the low of the day, 142.31, another dead cat bounce, time after time after time. We're getting him, and then back it goes, down, down, down on GameStop. Sixtera, 1308, up 60 cents a share. The Dow down 183. SoFi, 776, down 99 cents. 775, the low of the day on 53 million shares traded. Cheap, cheap, and did I say cheap? GameStop, 143.56, $1.20 away from another low of the day. Man, oh man, we're watching a lot of stuff here. This is hard work. But again, if this is your full-time job, would you rather be doing this, or would you rather be downtown with your supervisor just over there watching if you pick your nose or not, or getting ready to go into your 15th meeting of the week to talk about crap you know can't be done? Are you waiting for your bosses to give you your expectation reports where you know you can't do this? No human being can deliver these results in the time allotted. Are you waiting for your review? Can you wait for your review with your human resources officer who's going to tell you you're not applying yourself enough, even though you're working 12 hours a day, 6 days a week for the company, but you're just not giving enough for the company? And that's why you're going to get a 2.5% raise instead of the 14% raise you deserve. Are you missing that? Do you want that? It's waiting for you. Your bosses can't wait to suck you in, to screw you for another year, especially if you're in your 30s and 40s and 50s. They want to suck every little energy out of you that you've got to give for as little as possible, because you're a liability. Don't think you're an asset. They call you an asset, but they don't treat you like one. Have you ever noticed that? Welcome to the show. Oh, no, 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 no. Well, let's see what's going on here. Damn, excuse me while I go to the roof and jump off. What Bruce has said. Hey, look, Bobby, don't worry about jumping off. Take advantage of this stuff. Right call options. You're going to get richer because these stocks are going to keep coming back. It's simple. They're not going to go higher with this news. 206 downdraft on the Dow right now. The Dow's down 206. With SoFi, 776. GameStop, 143.78. Right here, right now, 1892, 1888 on AMC. Buy the dip. There you go. Buy the dip. Unbelievable. I thought on Tuesday and Monday we would hit 11 on SoFi. 769 just might hit on that SoFi. It might just go. 70.75 down $1 on SoFi. Those 771 stink bids are going to get hit first before anyone at 769. It's going to be interesting to see if this 775 has any kind of support level. Is there a lot of support level at 775? We'll find out. Can it go through it? And then at 770, how much support is there? Oh my, 143.11 on GameStop. 143.11. We are 80 cents from the low of the day. Again, we're coming down. Again, that is why we wrote on SoFi Monday and Tuesday, says Coyote. What's a raise? Does anyone know what that means? Karim is asking. Are you hiring? Scott is asking, Bobby. 775 on SoFi, 143.32. Down $1 away from the low of the day on GameStop. The Dow now down 250, falling again. We are getting worse. 13.11 on Sixtera, up 62. Falling on the Dow. 776 on the SoFi. 143.14 on GameStop. We're dropping again. Oh my. Bobby, a raise is what happens when more paper is added to the stack of paper on your desk. That's what a raise is. I don't expect raises anymore. Every 1 or 2 years, I switch companies for a raise, and it's much more the same lousy 1 to 3%. There you are. GameStop 143.14, 142.98. We're dropping under 143 now on GameStop. We're coming into more selling. We're now 60 cents away, 50-something cents away now. It looks like 50-something cents away. 142.79, 142.70, coming into the 142.31 low of the day on GameStop. GameStop coming in, dropping off again to another low. 1884 on AMC, down 155. 142.54 on GameStop. 49. 18 cents away from the low of the day on GameStop. 142.49, dropping. The Dow down 257. It is what it is. Fred's Bullard wants to get the benchmark interest rate up to 3.5% this year. That's what it wants. 142.49 on GameStop. 18 cents from the low of the day. 18 cents away from another low trade. We're down 14.02 now at 142.62. All right. All righty. SoFi 774 broke the 775 support level. Now 771 stake bids are the next buyer's opportunity. 13.10 on Sixtera, down 266 on the Dow, 142.62 on GameStop right now, right above the low of the day, about 30 cents away from another low of the day. Boy, oh boy. Mediocre. I'm going to get this at 773. I got a stink bid in there. Well, that's SoFi at 770. They're going to give it to me at 774 last trade. 773 has already been hit. Will it go through it? That we got to watch. 774 on SoFi. 142.35 on GameStop. We're 4 cents away from a new low of the day. We may have already broken it. We did. 142.30 new low on GameStop. 142.30 has been touched now on GameStop. 13.10 on Sixtera. SoFi 772. You're filled, mediocre. You're filled. It's now trading at 772. Those 771 stake bids are next in line. Are they getting any SoFi stock or not? Down $1.03. 142.56 on GameStop and 18.76 on AMC. Stocks are dropping again. Another wave of selling. That's what it is. That's what it is. 142.30 low trade on GameStop at the moment. 142.51 last trade. 772 on SoFi. Another penny has come down on that stock. It's dropped another penny. Oh my. Sixtera 1303, the Dow down 262. And I knew I'd still feel like I overpaid. I knew it. 142.01, a new low on GameStop. We've annihilated the 141.30 bid. 141.58. We're dropping under 142 now to 141.58. The next stop, 140. 141.40 on GameStop. 141.58 coming in with stock, dropping and dropping and dropping again. 141.58, the low of the day. We're down 14.85, down 9.4%. I bought back one SoFi covered call so far, 70% profit. Thank you. Got more bids in for more covered call buybacks, but it's deeper in the bear cave. They want me to buy them back. Coyote 769 bid hit on SoFi. 769 should have filled it. 771 stink filled. 69. Oh my gosh, let's go. Laughing out loud. Down she goes. 768. All 69ers got their fill. Now it's 768. 141.82, 141.62 on GameStop. We're at the low of the day here too. I was once given a 14-cent raise after being told I was one of the best workers they had. I felt like Chris Rock at the Oscars. Alberto 750 stink bid on SoFi? Question mark. Happy and sad. Don't know what I should feel. My pockets are happy. My brain is sad. Hence the idiot nephew. What am I going to do? Coyote 69 gang, rise up. Oh my. SoFi 770 again. GameStop 141.98. 141.82. The low of 141.58 on GameStop here. 141.82. Still coming in with more stock for sale on GameStop. Down 9.46%. 1482 drop on GameStop today. That is what it is. Nelson, I'm never stinky enough. I am never stinky enough. The Dow down 226, Sixtera 1301, 772 on SoFi, 141.92 on GameStop, 141.81 now on GameStop. 1883 on AMC, Matterport 740 down 20, ME 342 down 16, Spire 189.5 down 14.5, Highcroft Mining 194 down 15.5 cents, ATIP 179.9, SmartRent 470 down a dime, Pfizer 54.17 up $1.30, defying the entire market all by itself. The Dow down 232. Mediocre. The next stink bid for me, 762. Come and give it to me. We're at 773 right now. 142.25 on GameStop with a little dead cat rally again. All day. It's been down, 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 down. Coyote Swinton, I got a dime raise back when I was 18 after working at the restaurant 6 to 7 days a week in high school and college. I felt disrespected. Coyote, so stinky. I used a can of free breeze. Splayer lost today, 25 SoFi, but at least I averaged down to 840, and I got an order at 15 SoFi, 7.6969. The whole can, free breeze, says John. What's cooking, Wendy? Uncle Bruce, how do we write covered calls on GameStop with it plummeting? Go out in time with low strikes seems so risky. 142.18. I mean, you can write 145s for Friday. You can write 150s for next Friday. Always do a rollover to 160s for 3-4 Fridays down the road if you need to. You never stop writing. Scott, both the financial and technology sectors are bleeding out today. So goes SoFi. Alberto, John, yep, laughing out loud. Getty, what's cooking, Wendy? I kind of wait for it to run a little. Wait for a pop. There's always that too, but that's just what I do. Always wait for a little pop. 142.18. If it goes to 146, you write 150s. Goes to 153, you write 155s, 160s. If it wants to give a pop, don't know if that's happening yet, but if it wants to, SoFi 774 down $1.01. We will propel SoFi to the moon with cans of Feebreeze. Nelson, next stink bit for me is going to be from the toilet. What's cooking, guys? I thought so, but I have trigger finger laughing out loud. There you go. 142.78 on GameStop. The low of 141.58. We're just not getting away from these lows. A little pop and then it backs off. A little bit, it backs up. Here it is. 206 down drop on the Dow, 206-point drop. Sixtera back to $13, up 51 cents on the day right now. SoFi 774, low of the day on SoFi 767, 767 low of the day. 59 million volume on SoFi today. 775 last trade. 142.84, 142.57 on GameStop, about $1 or so away from the low of the day. There it is. That's what's going on. I don't know, guys. Been on 3 hours, 8 minutes. I got to pack it up and get ready for this afternoon show. 142.88 on your GameStop. Those of you who have written calls the last 3-4 days, you're just smiling. Those of you who pulled off rollovers, these contracts are coming back just like they're supposed to be coming back. Do your assessments. Figure out, what did you write the call for? What did you buy it back for? What did you sell the new call for? What can you buy it back for? Where are you at? And if you're ahead of the game, great. And if you want to end it and flatten out and now look for a little pop to write short-term calls again, think about that. The stock was $78 a share 3 weeks ago. It's now $143. You're still winning on the stock. Welcome back to where we're at. Those of you who have 110 calls, you're now only $33 in the money instead of 83 in the money. A whole lot different. There are opportunities to do rollovers everywhere. Just keep an eye open and pick your spots. See what it does. Thank you, everybody, so much for being here. I really appreciate this. John, thank you. Munimo, John, Scott, drink water, eat veggies, go for a walk. Bobby, Uncle Bruce and everybody, see in the afternoon. Blair, enjoy the break. Munimo, I am thumbs up number 264. Thank you all for those of you who've been giving us thumbs ups through this morning. I haven't had even time to ask you for thumbs ups. Thank you for those who just give them automatically. I so appreciate it. If you are able to do it, please help us with thumbs ups. We would very much appreciate that. Thank you all for hanging out with me today. We'll be back at 3 this afternoon. We'll do it again. We'll do some more. And let's see if we can score even more profits on these call options they're just handing you this money. They're just giving it away. My gosh, why wouldn't you take it? I agree. Thank you all. Stinky Bid GameStop 101. There you go. Thank you for your time, El Jack, Coyote. See you guys later. Hopefully you all get your deals and buybacks in. Bear Nation, stay strong. Salmon and honey in our future. There you go. Fantastic. 774 on Sofi, 143.90 on GameStop, $13 on Sixtera. What a crazy day today, but you know what? It never ends. I respect if you get them. I will try 122 later, family. Thanks, Uncle B. I am no sap. There you go, Cam. You're not a sap. You never were, never will be. You're an astute intellectual here on this channel. You know what you're doing. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me. I'll see you today at 3 o'clock. Bye for now.